3, 2, 1, begin. So, hi, welcome to Final Fantasy 1, the game you've always loved for all of your life. So, the start of the game, but beautifully, because this is the GBA version, unlike others, we can actually skip the first cutscene. So, it's going to go a little bit quicker than some of the later Final Fantasies. And the start, all I'm doing is buying a couple of items to sort out my gear, make characters a bit more strong. All the menuing here is just to make text boxes go faster, and then the stuff here with characters makes them a bit stronger. And I would specifically remove the staff from the monk because of being a monk, he's going to do more damage with his fists than anything else. So here we're with the king. We're in Cornelia Castle. Something's gone wrong, and apparently we are the ones who are going to save the day. It's completely not foretold at all. I'm sure we didn't know about this, but apparently everyone else did. And they say the Warriors of Light have come to town, so we're going to save the day. We don't really get a choice in this. It's just going to happen. So leave the castle first of all, and the first thing we need to do is get level 2. So there are some fights that are better than others. Anything that's a bit naff or rubbish we're going to run away from, and anything that's going to give us good experience we will actually fight and kill for level 2. The goblins are pretty trash, so we are going to run from them. The run luck based in this game is set by your speed values, so the faster the enemy or the faster you are, the more likelihood you are not going to be able to flee. So this has been pretty good for flee luck, but 3 encounters is not great. And goblins is not good, so sometimes you do end up farming encounters to be able to get level 2 before the first boss. So we're just heading up here to Chaos Castle, and still haven't got it. So now I have to actually farm an encounter to get level 2.
Just one fight.
Aha! So surprised enemy is like a preemptive. That means that I get all my attacks in first. It can be one encounter. It's not super often that it will. So 1 spider won't do it, but 2 Black Widows will. So we'll definitely get level 2 off this. It just means that you've got a consistent fight against the first boss, Garland. If you tried it at level 1, you could win, but there's a strong chance that your characters will actually die in that fight. So we've got level 2. So now we go straight up, and then, oh look! It's the princess who we knew all about beforehand, who was captured by this evil knight, Garland. So let's beat him. So this is literally hold A to win. So you can see like the monk does a good bit of damage, the warrior's doing fair damage. The reason we choose this party is late in the game, the monk's going to do like tons and tons and tons of damage. The red mages we're going to use for black and white magic, for healing and damaging, and mostly for buffing our fighting characters. The warrior you kind of will be using for battles. He gets tons of HP and really strong armor, so he's going to be the tank. Also, the setup that I've got in battle is kind of important. So having the warrior at the top makes him the most likely to receive damage from enemies. Red mages will be in the middle, and then the least chance of getting hit is the monk. But if you pay careful attention during fights, you'll see that that might not be reliable. So there we go, that's the first fight down. Absolutely wonderful and beautiful.
Can this fight even go bad?
Yeah, not at level 2. I have had a level 1 fight where like 2 characters have died. But you do need to keep an eye on HP, because some of the normal encounters can do a solid amount of damage, and you cannot afford for any characters to die early on. So there we go, like say hi to Princess Sarah. She's pretty grateful, all's pretty well. So we go back to the castle. Surely we get some sort of reward for this.
That's it, right?
No, we just get thanks. That's brilliant. Okay. Now, very important. You got to talk to Sarah, because obviously, being the warrior and the hero and her being the princess, you got to have a thing going. So let's get it started early. Oh, there's the reward. She gives us a loot. Very, very important. The warrior likes to practice looting in his free time. It's a fine pastime. So we leave the town at the castle, and what's going on here? Oh look, it's a broken bridge. So clearly we finished the game and we can't advance further into the story. But no, there's a fancy guy with a cool hairdo and some guys just hammering onto a bridge. Oh, but no, right, so we've got this guy, Lucan's Prophecy, and, oh, right, so because, oh, it's the Warrior of Light thing. So because we're the heroes, this bridge gets built mega fast with complete structural integrity, will never fall down. And apparently, I don't know, we may have come from somewhere else. I don't know where the warriors came from. We just appeared in the town. From what we can tell, like, there's just borders. There are no boats or anything, so who knows how we got here. But I mean, it's really
You're
cool.
the 4 Warriors of Light. That's all you need.
That's all we need to know. So they're stoked. I mean, the people of Cornelia, they're like they are dying to be saved.
They literally become Super Saiyan and can finish any work.
Absolutely.
Seconds before you even get there.
It's incredible.
Or
And,
you saw into the future.
Exactly.
Which is 5 minutes ahead.
Yeah, so let's now try out the new bridge. Now here's a fun thing. So Final Fantasy 1 has got lots of different versions. The original's for the NES, and in this cutscene you alternate holding B and A, and that turns the pages quite quickly, so you go through the cutscene beautifully. In the PSP version, you do actually have to watch this cutscene, and the GBA version you have to watch the cutscene. So unfortunately, even though this is one of the newer versions, it's slow at this point. This lasts for like over a minute, so Firepause with any like donations or anything, now's the time. But read the important text. This is story stuff. It's really good to know.
The 4 Warriors of Light felt overwhelmed by the great task.
Oh, he was totally voice acted.
They did not know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their... Well, yeah, they were born with it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know
At
it
birth,
from a song.
it's kind of like Harry Potter was born with a scar. The Warriors of Light were born with crystals,
Yeah.
and they're equally as powerful. What I don't actually know that. So the crystals were once long time ago. Sean with a so this is maybe pre-born. So crystals, they had brilliant shine, and so the crystals have got to go home. So obviously we'll find out where the home is for the crystals. There's lots of darkness, which is not good. And we'll bring the world to light. If you look on the right, there's our party, clearly modelled after the party formation of 1 warrior, 2 red mages, and a monk. I don't know what that castle is in the background. It's probably not important, but whatever. All right, now we can play the video game again. Oh no, more
Gotta hear the
music.
piano solo.
Yes.
And the title is
Roll
obviously
credits.
the most important thing in the game.
Yeah. And now we play the next. No, wait, no. And now we could play the video. Here we go. Beautiful. Video games are good. We like to do that. So, obviously, I'm going to head in the direction that's most obvious. That's to the right, because that seems good to me. Lizard's a bad fight. It's got a lot of HP. It's hard to defeat. And I'm going to do some healing right now. So, that's about good. So you just want to have like enough hit points just to get through this area quite nicely. If I fight wargs, they're pretty lame. That's not a good encounter. Gigaswarms and ogres give tons of experience, and it's a really good encounter for that. But unfortunately, they do tons of damage. I would get absolutely smashed if I tried to do that. A single Gigaswarm I can take down pretty easily. Crazy horses is also bad. I don't want to be fighting those. So at the minute, basically, like from now until a point about an hour in, I want to try and get a certain level. So this is all trash tier fighting. So I don't need to fight any of these. Like fighting them waste as much time as running away from them. So here we go. Well, there's a new town. Let's go see what's up. So this is Provoca. Seems pretty cool. I feel like going to the left and talking to... Oh, look, there's a guy. So he looks like a pirate. He's probably got a ship. I mean, we already know that there aren't any ships in the game, but we'll see what happens. Oh no, he sent enemies on us. Let's fight them.
So 2 equals something equals 9.
Exactly, yeah. That is what we describe as quick maths. So, yeah, this is another whole day to win fight. This game is really, really difficult. So if you want to pick up a hot new speed game and get good times, Final Fantasy 1 GBA's for you.
I mean, it is the best.
That's what they say. Yeah, I mean, it's the Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
There are no other Final
exactly.
Fantasies. What could possibly be better?
I know we said we weren't going to pick up on chat, but somebody said this is the last Final Fantasy.
That's canon. That is accurate. That is factual information right there. One cannot deny the finality of fantasy through the medium of this video game. I mean, why would you play the first? If there were more than one, why would you play the first one? Because it makes no sense. It's all about Rar, Washu, Sloth, and Labe. So we got level up, which is lovely.
Can't we just call them Cube, nickname them Cube?
Yeah, I feel that they want to be called Cube. Cube's really important.
Time for donations.
Yeah, so basically I'm just going to go sleep and get some hit points and wearing all my clothes as you do. Then I'm going to buy some stuff I'll explain later and move. And then we'll get on to it after that. So yeah, go ahead, donate away.
All right. We have a $20 donation from Anonymous saying, had to donate for Metako for this run, which I'm sure he's adding to his Ironman 49-hour run.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. We have a $5 donation from Game John saying, call the Hippo Red Bull Miss Mac Pinkerson. Okay. We have a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, I named the cute little Hippo Bomo. And we have a $10 donation from Anonymous saying, speedruns for charity, Krigas.
Sound like somebody could finish Craigasm
Oh yeah.
within the
So
in the-
I'm gonna be doing a mini game and trying to win this a lot. So plenty of time to be chatting to other people in the room if you want. Basically, I need 1 second place and a bunch of fourth places. Or first places, rather. Fourth place gets you nothing. Okay, so that's the second place. Hermes shoes, that's good, but not really what I wanted, but that's fine.
quite the speedrunning minigame.
This is a bad pattern. Okay, so now I'm gonna wait for 29 because I need to get under 30 seconds to get first place, and waiting's bad. So I'm gonna make it easier for myself by buffering the times. Bad again. Yeah, there's two.
Is this exclusive to GBA?
No, you can do it in every version, but it's fast to do it in the GBA version. Oh yeah. That was slow. Oh damn. So sometimes the pattern can affect how easy it is to get one you're looking for.
How many do you need to do?
4 first places, and that gets you mega elixirs for the final fight. The problem is if you're 9 and 13 and 14 and 10 aren't in a good position, it makes it way harder. Right. Ah, okay.
We, on our side, want to inform you that we thank Santo for his massive raid. So, shout out to the Speed Souls community member, Santo, thank you.
That 14 is not playing nice. So you see them with the shuffling of the do to kind of get it into place. Okay.
I guess we have time for another donation or two.
Work away.
All right. We have a $10 donation from Unico Yokai saying, "Hey Taco, glad to see that train didn't delay you. Good luck on the run." We have a $10 donation from Finrod saying, "Metako, the best. Good luck with your runs, dude." We have a $50 donation from Anonymous saying, "Good luck, thank you." And we have also a $33 donation from Boofer2K with no comment, but thank you, much appreciated. Thank you for helping save the children with your donation. Thank you.
Every time I get first place, it definitely gets me a Mega Elixir. And second place has got a range of presents. Okay, so 1936 to beat. So it's 3.
In the meantime, we like to inform you that we still have donation goals that need your help to achieve. For instance, we still have a donation goal for World of Illusion that says he's playing with Donald instead of Mickey. So we have still this one going. Or we still have donation goals for the hard difficulty for the South Park run, where the social status will be played on hard mode. You can also still add money to the Nidoran name for the Pokemon Red run. So if you want to have your Nidoran named after you, that's your chance.
Alright, this is the one. Come on. Okay. Right, let's go.
Yay.
Okay. It's just for the music. It's a beautiful thing. I'm pretty sure I got 4. If I got 3, that's a bit of a problem, but whatever. We'll figure it out when we get there. So one of the things you're going to see a lot on the world map and in certain dungeons is saving. So in Final Fantasy 1 on the NES version, one of the beautiful things about it is that you've got a step count for it, so you can manipulate every single encounter, know exactly what tile and what enemy sets you're going to be getting. We can't do that on the GBA version or the PSP version, so you just roll with the punches with what you get, and some of them can be pretty grim, and if you do happen to get a really bad encounter, it can actually kill you. So to kind of prevent that, you do a lot of like saving and quitting. So it's really fast. You can save wherever you want. You don't have to be on the world map or use a save crystal or anything along those lines. So my gut now is telling me to go southwest, and we're going to go into this town here. Cobras aren't too bad. They can inflict poison on you, but you should be able to get it down pretty easily. So by getting second place, some of the prizes you can get are Hermes shoes and an emergency exit. An emergency exit lets you escape from a dungeon all the way to the ground floor straight away, which is really nice. And now we're going to get some more gear. So we're just going to keep what we need here and sell everything that we kind of is superfluous. So keep the mega elixirs, keep the gold things. Don't need remedies. Antidotes are good to have. Don't need any echo grass or eye drops, even though they help with status stuff. So that's fine. I can use all of that. So just get some defensive gear for the warrior to tank in the next dungeon. Then we're going to get some items. 10 heal everything to full.
Does 10 revive the fallen?
It does not. It's lame in this game, so it doesn't do anything like that. I don't think it does it in any of the other ones. So now we've done that shopping, I feel like I don't want to visit this castle, but instead I'm just going to carry on through somewhere else. So put my gear by optimizing the warrior, and then we'll move on. Ghasts are really nasty encounters. Not very nice at all. So I did get an emergency exit, which I'll be using in a dungeon called the Earth Cave later on, and that's going to be a really nice thing to have. It can save like minutes in a run. So in theory, the fastest way to do the game would be to do the 15 puzzle mini game. You would get about 4 second places, and then you would get 4 first places. And even though it takes like, you'd be doing like 33, 32, 31, a quick 31 for your 4 second places, even though that would still waste, you know, 30 to 40 seconds or whatever. I'm actually just going to cure this guy, just in case something goes wrong. So even though you're going to take that time doing it, because it saves roughly 45 seconds to 2 minutes for each of the dungeons, it is absolutely worth taking the time to get them. But of course, and if you had a run that was so good that you needed to get that many emergency exits, I mean, that would be pretty crazy. And in fact, one of the craziest things is that the fastest time of this game is at 2:24 by Nicky Noel, and I don't want to go there. The second place time is at 2:45, so there's a massive time gap between the first and second place, and a lot of it can come down to random encounters. And even that mini game, like, it's not uncommon to do 6 or 7 rounds. Like, you can afford to mess up 2 or 3 times, and every time you get a second place, you do have an opportunity to get another emergency exit or Hermes shoes. Hermes shoes cast haste on your character you put it on, and obviously haste is a good thing. Right, so we surprised these guys, which is good. So we get the full round. I'm gonna see what happens. Hopefully everything will go okay. If I can get rid of
bad, right?
it, shouldn't do. Not at this point. I'm now like level 4, so
oh yeah, that makes sense.
So as long as the Gigaswarm doesn't hit Washu, because his HP isn't great, I should be able to kill each of the Gigaswarms in 2 attacks, and then the Ogre will only take a couple as well. I do have a Phoenix down as well, so if all goes wrong I can revive as well. But basically in the next dungeon, like the mini-boss of that area, can be pretty nasty. So the higher level, I want to be like level 6 if I can for that. And then the one after that, I want to be like level 12, 13. So the first one I really wanted for damage from the warrior. I have to try and tank as much as I can, hit point wise from the enemies. The second one is very, very much for surviving a particular attack. Alright, so next dungeon's coming up just here on the bottom.
Is there something scary coming up, like a boss fight that can go horribly wrong?
The horribly wrong fight is about an hour in, and it's Lich. It's the first of the 4 fiends, but we don't know anything about that yet, so I'm not going to spoil the story for anyone. But that's the first fight that can go really wrong, and then once you get to the final dungeon of the game, everything can go wrong. So for example, I had, I think the third last run that I did, I was on world record pace going into the last dungeon, and then I ended up not PBing, which is pretty brutal. So I don't need to like save and quit for any of the encounters in this particular dungeon. I'm going to pick up the broadsword there to get a little bit of extra damage in the warrior for the next fight. And then we're just going to kind of like storm through here. So don't want to go into there. So green slimes are bad. You need to they're like weak to magic but strong against physical attacks. So Phoenix down, Cottage. Cottage is like a mini tent. It like heals your HP and MP but not as much. And then this is where our boss is. So I'm gonna don't need to heal up, which is really nice. I am gonna save because you can get wrecked. So I can get 2, 3, or 4 Pisco Demons. 4 is a reset. There are no two ways about it. You cannot beat 4. Well, you can beat 4, but I really want as best as possible for all 4 of my characters to survive for the next fight straight after. 2 is ideal. 3 is kind of manageable. So, I mean, this is just a thing that happens. It's not, again, uncommon to have 3 or 4, and it's one of the reasons why we use the save and quit so much, because if we had to account for 4 Pisco Demons, it would honestly just be a case of you would reset so many times. So the spell that I'm using with my red mages is Temper, and that will make my warrior do more damage. So in an ideal world, they would both be able to temper the warrior so he could one-shot them. So you saw like 60 damage on the monk right there. It's pretty insane. So let's try and mitigate some things, because the warrior can one-shot now. There we go. See, 46 damage. So in a worse situation, it could have been really terrible. So they're defending the crown, so I presume the crown's going to go into some sort of king or prince. And maybe that's why I ignored the castle in the last place I was at. So let's heal up just a little bit, and then we'll be able to just leave the Marsh Cave now. So I could use the emergency exit on this dungeon if I wanted to. Greyus, unlike the green ones, they're weak to physical attacks, but not worth killing. There really isn't anything in the Marsh Cave that's worth attacking. We really just want to get out of here. So, top left. This might look like a really bad encounter, but sometimes when you get a lot of different packs of enemies, it actually increases the rate at which you'll be able to escape. So that crown's going to come in useful for something. If I was to go back to that tile where I fought the Pisco Demons, I would fight another pack of them there as well. But you'll find that a lot of the time, some of the NPCs and the scenery of the video game can stop you getting where you need to go. It's quite annoying. Oh, this is a lame encounter. So you can get paralocked by zombies and ghouls. So when they attack you, there's a chance for them to use paralysis on you. If all 4 of your characters are paralyzed, there is nothing you can do. You just have to wait it out. And hope.
How many turns does it last?
It's random. It can be between 1 and X. I don't know what the calculation, but it's basically it's a random number between 1 and X. I don't think it can be like infinite, but it generally will last about 3 or 4 turns, and it's just really bad to get paralyzed by the entire party. And you can see now, like even getting away from just like wolves, which is an enemy we saw right at the beginning of the game, is still quite difficult to flee from, just based on circumstance. Alright, so Sloth's HP isn't great, but again, so I'll be fighting all the ogres. They give really nice experience. Hyenas are okay for experience, like their Hyena Dons is the official term, and Gigasworms and things like that. So I'm not going to go back to Alfheim. I'm not in the mood to go back to Alfheim. I feel like I'm being called to the north a lot more, and I wonder what's at the north. Let's just see. Oh look, it's another castle. Right, beautiful. Let's just heal up Sloth just in case. Ouch, that was quite a lot of damage. So, very much a game of royalty. We've got kings, we've got princes, there's a princess. Can't forget that loot. I'm sure it's going to be used at some point. And then we've got another castle, so presumably there'll be some sort of king or prince, and we'll give him the crown, and then he'll give us some rad gear. So just in case, I'm just going to use the second tent that I've got. You know, so I'm feeling a bit sleepy. It's late at night, you know, in the land of. Obviously, this takes place in Vecva.
Obviously.
With all game played here or there. So let's see. Right, so Western Keep seems cool. Go through here. It looks kind of tattered though. Maybe I'll save just in case. Right. Oh, why is he laughing? That seems wrong. Oh, right, of course, because he's not the king. He's in fact Astos, and he's a complete douche. So this fight, now that we've got Temper, it's going to be a very, very similar strat to normal, except this time, because we've leveled up enough, the Monk's going to start doing more damage than the Warrior. So I'm going to Temper him. Now, Astos has one move that's pretty nasty that I don't want to see. The physical attacks are great. I can't get enough of these physical attacks. They're beautiful. The more physical attacks, the better. He does have a spell pool that he will go through. See, 220 damage is huge from the Monk.
How much does he have?
He'll die in the next round. Oh, well, there you go. So that's the reason. That's the spell we don't want to see. It is a chance to miss. It's not super important. I will just revive. And oh, look, there's dead. So he's got like 450 or so hit points. It's a pretty consistent 2-round. And then the biggest problem is that the experience in FF1 is set experience, so whatever number you see from the enemy is the experience you get. Oh, Crystal Eye. Maybe the guy in Alfheim Castle wants the Crystal Eye and the Crown. I've got 2 quest items now. I don't know. I've got so many options. It's like an Elder Scrolls game now. So let's see if I can bring him back. Let's sure I have Phoenix down. Beautiful, yeah. So we just heal up now. So because you do get like even experience for all your characters, anyone who dies like just misses out on experience, whereas in some other Final Fantasy games the experience gets split between the party. So if you've got 3 characters, then the 3 characters who are alive get more experience than if you had 4. And my controller's just turned itself off. Awesome. Just gonna wait for it to turn itself back on again and play, which is why I've got the spare controller.
It's very...
It just does that sometimes.
Yeah, controller.
I say controller very loosely. So if this does turn itself off again, then I might end up switching to the other one. But it does. I mean, it just sometimes happens. It's quite an old SP. One of the beautiful things about the Game Boy player that you get for the GameCube is that you can actually use an official like Game Boy Advance through SP as a controller, which is really nice because it's kind of like the same feel, just playing the same game on widescreen. So we're now going to make our way back to some other place. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to go back to Alfheim again. But like I said, we're farming experience. We're getting levels. It's very important. I did get poisoned there, so I'm going to use my antidote selection. So there's a reason, like I bought a good amount of antidotes in Alfheim at the store for just such an occasion. There are quite a few enemies that can poison you, and you don't want to run out because there are even enemies in the final dungeon. And I did have a run earlier on where I ran out of antidotes before I'm not going to fight that. Before the final dungeon. And I was like, well, I could spend time going to another town where I could get more antidotes, or I could just try and like tank the final dungeon. Final dungeon was absolutely fine. You just have to kind of suffer through the flashing animation of people being poisoned and things like that. So I said ages ago I was going to talk about this guy Labe. So my understanding is that the fine folks in the French Restream and the French speedrunning community gang together to name the monk Labe. And I believe that it's named after a man called Pierre Labe, and he has founded, it's like a clothing charity in France, and what they do is like they get things together and they send like using new clothes or whatever out to people in need. So it's like a wonderful, like nice, wonderful charitable cause. So it's quite fitting, seeing as we're doing this for saving the children in need. Hi, Thalon. Hi. Oh no, I skipped the time. I wonder why.
What? You should get on the mic.
You should definitely be on the mic. No, don't go to... No, there's too much cube to go to bed. You can't do that. For everyone who can't see what's going on off screen... Oh no! It's a really... The Sahagins are grim. It's a bad encounter. They are fast. They're hard to escape. They're annoying. It's like I could try and flee, but it could take 3 or 4 rounds. Or I could just attack them and kill them in 2 rounds. It's really like a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But anyway, more importantly than that, cube. You might be wondering, why am I talking about cubes for? It's very important. There's a thing that's happening in several hours' time that's actually more important than Final Fantasy, which is crazy for me to say because I'm running Final Fantasy and my life is Final Fantasy. However, today, my life was changed. Enhanced, one could say. And that was by a cube. But not with a C, but with a Q. And those of you paying attention at the beginning of the run will have seen the character's named QUBE. And that's because the fine chap to my left, and you're right, Ethelon, he's going to commentate the rest of the run, and he's going to do it with the noises of Q. Because he's speedrunning Q, as it happens, at approximately 6:49 AM, assuming we stick exactly to the schedule, which is, I mean, that's reliable, that's consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything like on a speed-related event, I would say that that's it. So, what are we here for? Where are we in? This is the room of Cube. You'll see it's quite cuboidular. I'm going to talk to this character now, Cube. I'm going to give her the cube, the crystal cube, and she's going to give us the Jolt cube. Now, with a name like Jolt, presumably, that's going to like wake someone up. So we're going to find someone who's asleep. Maybe the cube has fallen asleep. So there was that cube that we didn't go to earlier on. Let's go back and let's see if the cube would like the Jolt cube. Let's not forget we also have the cube, which we got 2 done in the Marsh Cave after defeating the 2 Pisco cubes. So, oh no, I can't escape from the cube. It's too strong. That's fine. Everyone can hear what you're saying as well. Would you like me to translate? Because as we all know, Ethelon only speaks in cube. So we're back in the boat. Love the boat. So that was like Cube's Cave, and I did get the Jolt tonic. It's very important. You cannot advance the game without it. Hey, look, there's Cornelia Castle. Let's save again. Fun. So like lots of boats and stuff. What's happening next?
Sorry, chat's getting it wrong. It's Q with a Q.
Yeah, it's not C.
Who are you?
I feel like I explained that quite clearly. Right, let's go back. So this is Ethelon. And he's going to be speedrunning Cube with a Q. Q-U-B-E. I mean, I get it. I've got one of those funny accents that is hard to understand. But I'm trying my best. So, but here's the weird thing. Right, everything in this game is spelled Cube, Q-U-B-E. But even weirder than that is that everything in the real world has got a period between it if we're in the Americas. And no period, but a full stop if we're outside of the Americas. Here's a Cobra. Really easy to kill. Like I said, still farming experience because we need to get level Cube before the next boss. It's absolutely... I'm not joking. It's really important. So here's the castle we didn't go to. It's really cool. And you'll notice I go to the left. It's kind of like a mirror of the last one. Here's a dude. He looks kind of like an elf. It's because we're in Elfheim.
Cubical colors.
Yeah. So now we're going to have like bloop, bloop, bloop. And there's Prince Cube. Highness. He's now awoken. So we probably gave him the Jolt Cube, which has given him life. Oh look, more stuff. Mystic Cube. So that's probably going to do something mystical, I would imagine. In fact, do you want to find out what the Mystic Cube does right now? Let's go. Let's use the Mystic Cube. I'm going to leave this. I don't want to be in this castle anymore. Let's just leave the castle. Or do I? I'm not going to go in the castle. I'm going to go around the castle. This is what secrets used to be like in video games, kids.
Cubes.
So in the cube, Mithril Cube, 800 cubes. 700 cubes, and finally the bronze cubes. Do I want to go into the town? Yes, I do. I want to buy stuff. Do you know what I want to buy? Cubes. No, I want to buy magic. Because we're now at a point where, actually, I don't want to go to that magic shop. I want to go to the other magic shop. Because that magic shop's not what it doesn't have what I want. I want fire. I'm in the mood to set things in the video game upon fire. Now, fire is a level 2 spell, which is very important to have. And I also want to get Cura. Now, if I wasn't, I'd need to be level 5 in-game to be able to use these spells. We're level 3, as you can see, which is super important. What's wrong, Jenny? Do I need to stop talking about the game again?
You need to start explaining that it's Q, not C. There's only one way to spell that.
Yeah, I
thought we learned something.
Right, give me a second. I need to, like, just give me a minute. Right, I need to sell the metal hammer. I don't want that. I don't want the saber. I don't even have a saber to sell. That doesn't matter in the slightest. I don't want to. I'm gonna potions. They give me health, I guess, but who cares? Antidotes for more healing, and 3 tents. So a tent you can only use in the world map. Very important. So now we're gonna go somewhere else. We're gonna use that. Right. Okay. Right. I've been frazzled. So now we're just gonna go somewhere else. But right. So let's get this cube thing down. Right. Who's saying right? It's really simple. Q.
People are mixing it up. Like, I
So
don't even know
back,
what's
right, once upon a time, there was a person. We don't know what gender they were currently, but it's, you know, and they spelt words. You know, they came up with words, because originally people spoke in grunt. You know, caveman A said to caveman B, grunt. And caveman B would respond, grunt. And that's how conversation went. It was fairly fluid. It wasn't efficient, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It was better than what they had, you know, which was nothing. Oh, look, another castle. Let's go on the outside and see what we can find. And then, shortly after man transcended above grunt, he invented cube. But he didn't have conventional lettering systems like we do now. So it was, you know, he went with the sound, cube, which is, it's cube. It's in the word, cube. Say it with me, cube. I hope we've learned. Oh, for dear sake. Right, so this is important. You'll notice by the you know, the jingle, as we say, you know, the famous Zelda jingle. I've now got nitro powder. It'll probably blow open a hole in some other cube somewhere else in the game. Cube. So we're going to leave the castle now, and let's go activate the blowing up of the thingamajig.
The thingamacube.
The thingamacube. So, obviously, I mean, like, it's really clear. The game clearly stated that I needed it. Whoa, my, what an encounter. That is beautiful. That is disgusting. Look at that. Just take a second to look at that. All those colors. Gross. Okay, we got away. Let's see if... In case I get another one of those gross and I was disgusting. So it clearly said go to Cornelia Castle, which we did, pick up the items, which we did, and then go to the island in the top left, which we did. And now we're here, we can only go left and down, which is really important. And we're going to see it's another cave. Ooh. This tune is actually bitchin'. I love it. To be fair, quick shout out to Nobuo Uematsu, possibly one of the finest composers of video game music in the history of all time. Why they couldn't get him in for Final Fantasy 13 onwards, I don't know, but that was a mistake. I said it, you can fight over it if you'd like. So anyway, we're in Mount Duergar. It's a cube. And I gave this cube a cube, and he's going to do cube things. You basically give him the nitro powder. Now here's the weird thing. This is really weird. So you give him the, he's like, oh gosh, there's been this kind of whole, not whole thing between these two islands, and we need a way to traverse the world map because we've been restricted from the world map. As we know, we didn't have a boat. We now have a boat, and now there's this new blockage we need to get through. So he sets it down and it goes kaboom, blammo, wonderful. So presumably that bit in the bottom of the screen where there's just like darkness and a wall will now have a hole. Because if we look at the screen, I mean, you don't get to see this in the NES version. Let's be honest. Realistic cracking sounds. Look at it's lifelike. It's like you're there. It's like you're watching the bridge of Earth collapse in front of you.
Thanks to the cube.
I mean, it's all thanks to the cube. And then, so clearly, there's going to be there's a massive hole, right? There's no way there's going to be any Earth there. It's going to be absolutely in tatters. So let's go check it out. Seems pretty good. Well, thanks very much, friend. Just take a second. Just a second to look. So the canal's free, which is great. So he disappears, don't know where. And nope, exactly the same as it was. No harm to the wall. So we're going to pick up some more items. So some of them are for healing, some of them are for armor, some of them are for money. A lot of the weapons you get, like you can get really powerful weapons just by normal chests. And a lot of them we're just going to sell because we don't really want to use weapons. Our monk, as you've already seen, is our main damage dealer. And he's going to do a ton of damage as the run goes on. So that was just like a little stop. We got our nitro powder, a little bit of quest fetchery, and now we can go on with the game. So, oh dear. So now we want to go back to the boat, because I mean, we couldn't park it right here. That would be far too convenient. And more encounters to fight. So now you've seen basically how the run works. So commentary is kind of free from now to the end of the game. Essentially it is, if you get an encounter that's going to give you good experience, or you can kill easily, you do that. If you're going to park the boat and go somewhere else, you're going to have to walk back to the boat pretty much straight after you get to the destination. It's a revolutionary gameplay. It's very, very exciting and a happy, happy speed game. Wow. I didn't even have... I moved one step to get this encounter. It's because the game's loving like that.
The EXP.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Who doesn't love completionist things, right? I mean, who here doesn't? You love grinding, right? It's all about farming that level 99. So you can already see, if you like look at my hit points, you can see that like everyone's got pretty nice hit points as it actually stands.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, that song we heard from that cave, isn't that used in a very specific cave later on?
Later on,
Similar to.
I don't think so.
Unless I think of the different.
Maybe it's in a Kingdom Hearts game. I don't think Durga might have. There's another one that happens later that is used in other Final Fantasy games. So HP is actually really important at this point because the next dungeon I'm going to, I have to do 2 things in it. There are 2 enemies that I have to kill. One of them's a vampire, a lone vampire who actually has a ton of damage. Just going to give them a minute to get their turns off. This is beautiful. It's quality video gaming.
Wow!
But this is the really cool thing that I can do because I've now got fire magic. I can actually burn them. Obviously, water, weak to fire. It's not, but it'll do enough. I should be able to knock out the 2 Sahagins, and then the physical attacks will kill the Sahagin chiefs. So, I mean, one of the things you'd have to consider in battle, especially when you get different formations, is certain packs will have more health, certain packs will have less health. And you want to manage your attacks to make sure that you attack the right ones to do enough damage to take them out. So by me spreading out my attacks, it does that. If I just hold A, the game automatically decides who gets attacked. So if I kill one enemy, and I've got it targeted by several people, it'll just randomly choose another person. So here's another town. This is Melmond. Melmond's ace. You actually get some really powerful stuff here. Wow, I've got like tons of items. I've been like farming everything. Get rid of that cottage, don't want that. So, silver armlet. Just gives a bit more defense to my monk. So, let's do that now. And then, so just optimizing again, so it gives the monk better armor, and it gives the warrior and the first red mage a bit more strength and power to get through the next dungeon. So in Final Fantasy 1 for the NES, for example, it doesn't do that. So you can target as many enemies as you want. Like you can target one enemy with all the characters, but as soon as that enemy dies, any attack targeted on it tries to hit that enemy. It sees it as a null value and just says missed. So you really have to be a lot more careful in the NES version compared to PSP and GBA. You can be really, really flippant and just hold A with a lot of fights in this version. So the hit point thing. The hit point value I'm looking for is like 132 plus. And that's basically, there's one boss and the minimum damage with one of its attacks will be around 130. The maximum it can do is about 160, so let's use another tent. Get the beautiful HP and MP back. So this dungeon is kind of like, not great. It's a wonderful dungeon and the music's top. The controller just turned itself off again. So we'll just enjoy the world map music for a second.
Does you or that need a Red Bull?
It's the control. I mean, I'm fine. We'll talk about me later. So, Cavern of Earth, it's got a lot of floors in it. We're only going to visit the first 3, though, because video games do that. So, the boss that's coming up in a while, that's the kind of damage potential we're talking. Why all the cobras? What is going on? It's Cobra City in this cave. Oh, my. Okay. That's fine. Preemptive, I get to escape quickly from that. So, wow. This is incredible.
Is this normal?
No, this is a bit more than average.
Okay, I meant marathon normal.
Oh yeah, this is expected. In a marathon, this is better than expected. Like antidotes.
Yes,
Go.
he's playing with his cell phone. Can't you see that?
Absolutely.
Classic from the 90s.
So I'm gonna take a little detour to go up here and to the right to get a coral sword, and that's gonna make my what? This is these packs are insane. Like a pack of 2 tarantulas is normal. 8 is stupid. I'm not gonna fight 8 tarantulas. Who would fight 8 tarantulas? That's stupid.
I know I wouldn't. I don't want anything to do with spiders.
Yeah. So remember when I said about running out of antidotes? If this is oh, this is terrible. I'm gonna save after this fight just in case. This is awful. Please run away. Escape. Just get away from the fight. You don't want to be there. There we go. Beautiful. Right. More antidotes. It's fine. I've got 19 for the rest of the run. This will be great. Nothing could possibly go wrong. So in the first 2 floors, you don't have to worry too much about like saving and quitting and getting bad encounters and things like that. The 3rd floor is a different case. It's brutal. I'm not even going to fight 4 ogres. It's not worth it. Yeah, he's fine. These are supposed to be easy fights to get away from as well. So the 3rd floor, not only can you get encounters really frequently, you can get terrible packs, you can get terrible enemies. The Pisco Demons that we fought earlier on as a boss is going to be a normal enemy, and it kind of introduces the concept of unrunnables. So in Final Fantasy 1 for the GBA, there are certain fights that you can't escape from, and certain fights that you can't. Pisco Demons you cannot escape from. I'm not even going to fight it, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. So basically the idea is it takes about 20 to 25 seconds to do a soft reset. And if you get a bad encounter, so for example, if I instantly fleed from that fight, it would have been faster. But if they get like a whole round and paralyze me, alright, 2 Pisco Demons is okay. I can take down 2. They still do tons of damage though. 60 damage is ridiculous. Come on. Alright, there's one. Nobody died. Excellent. So sometimes it's just a judgment call. Like you can say, oh well, it's going to be potentially faster. So I'm going to use those potions. Remember those potions I got? Let's heal with the potions. And it will be, it's like a runner's choice basically, as the whether like you can save less and try to fight more encounters. You can save more and reset more depending on what you like. This is just awful. This is awful.
Not your day today.
No. Apparently all the good encounters I left on my other cartridge. Alright, there we go. So like I said, the encounters are pretty bad in the 3rd floor. So that's why you're saving, and this is pretty common for the GBA. You will see, I'm not going to fight that, you'll see runners like save and quit quite a lot. In fact, the world record holder, Nikki, says she'd rather save more often and have the potential to reset back 1 step or 2 steps than like a whole screen or whole room. And then, oh this beautiful bat placement. There's a really interesting thing actually about bat placement in the GBA and PSP versions compared to the NES version. In the NES version, bat placement actually stays in between rooms. So if I go into a room and there's a bat blocking a door on the other side, I will not be able to leave that room on the other side. The bat will still be there. And like I said, because the NES version has a very specific step count, you're boned if that happens. It's bad news bears. Whereas in this version, it's nice. So there we go. That looks like an ominous fight. So let's just heal up. Now, I said this guy's something to worry about, really. We'll see what happens. He does a ton of damage. He's not got a huge amount of hit points, but he does a lot. So undead, weak to fire, pretty standard. And that's normal damage. That's not even like, oh my gosh, 124, what a massive damage. That's standard. Winning the fight is the goal. So the reason for using fire is it means that every character can do a more consistent overall damage. There's no point buffing one character. They could die at any turn. The warrior's got quite a lot of like defense from his armor and equipment and stuff. So the more attacks on him, the better, because he can tank an awful lot of stuff. Which is beautiful. Right, hopefully he'll die next round. Nice, that was good. And one of the other nice things that actually is, I mean, I do have quite high HP for this point, which is good. But on top of that, I don't remember what the nice thing was, but it was nice. Let me make that clear. Oh yeah, I've got quite a few Phoenix Downs, so I actually can't afford to like bring the monk back to life if things go wrong and stuff like that. So let's heal up. Because one of the beautiful things about this game as well is that even though I've just fought a boss, I'm still in the dungeon, so I can still get a random encounter before picking this item up, which is really important. It's the Star Ruby. It does something. Like all quest items do. They're really not super important. Like I said earlier, I got the emergency exit, so I can now use that, and it means I don't have to backtrack out of the dungeon, which is amazing. So this is like the biggest time save compared to any other use of the emergency exit. So like I said, it's definitely worth, you could spend 2 or 3 times going for that and it'll be worth it. So you can see my monk, who is my powerhouse, who I need to do all the damage, has got the lowest HP. He's got really low HP actually. everyone else can survive a Blizzara from the next boss, which is the big mega attack. So I'm going to need... I actually don't know what I'm going to need to be able to win the fight. Like, I've got the Hermes shoes, which will up his damage by giving him haste. But on top of that, he's going to die to a Blizzara unless he gets a really sick level up with huge HP rolls. So Shadows are a really interesting enemy in this game. They actually changed their properties compared to the other versions. So in the NES version, there was like a high percentage chance of Shadows doing ambushes like I just got there. And they basically reversed it in the remakes for PSP and GBA. And instead of them largely doing ambush and back attacks, they largely give you preemptives because they're a sucky encounter. They do paralysis, they can easily paralock your party.
Basically put you in a cube.
They put you in the cube. So here's a cube made out of rock. And he eats star rubies. Now, from all I can tell, like there's only one I can tell like in the whole game. Every other chest doesn't have a star ruby. So what this guy's been living off forever, I actually have no idea. He can also move through like pebbles and rocks and stuff, which is super fly. I can't do that. So it's a really good thing we picked that up and left the dungeon so we could feed him to get through here. Because if I'd gone here before the star ruby, it would have wasted lots and lots of time. So this is just another one of these like beautiful fetch quests. So you saw we only got to the 3rd floor, and it was clear that I could have gone elsewhere in the Earth Cavern, but the game just wasn't going to let me. Instead, it said, you know what? You need more world map music, you need more encounters, and more importantly, we need to hear that beautiful, beautiful sage music. So there's a little cube cave down here. There's a new enemy, lesser tigers. They're kind of cool, easy to run from, which is nice. So even though the wolves are like a weaker enemy and harder to run from, makes no sense. So lovely, lovely music here. And we did all of that backtracking just to talk to this guy here. And he's going to give us Earth Stuff. Now, we were in the Earth Cave, so this Earth Stuff's probably going to do something pretty cool. Like open a door that we couldn't have opened with brute strength. So now we're going to go back to the Earth Cave again. There's really nothing super stokey exciting. So, again, Firepaws, if there are any donations, please bring them. Otherwise, I'll just talk to people.
We have a few donations. One $5 from Anonymous. This runner looks like a meta-cool guy. He's so meta-calm and meta-clever, playing meticulous games that are meta-complex and making us meta-chuckle. He really meta-cares, making the stream so meta-cozy. I've never met a guy before like Metako. We have another $5 from Game John. Donation to Runner's Choice. Is GBA FF better than Sword of Mana?
Sword of Mana. Ooh.
DBFF.
Is the two a lot? We're good. We can. Oh, let's do some more talk.
Cool.
Right. I mean, obviously. I have very strong feelings for you, Anonymous, and that's obviously a very kind thing to say to someone you've never spoken to before. But I mean, we could. Oh, wait, hang on. I just want to warn everyone now. I'm going there, and I feel bad about it, and we'll all feel bad about it. But I could get you a meta coffee later on, and now we're done. So everyone can now just like leave.
The domination meta just up to 5 levels all of a sudden.
Yeah, there you go. I'm giving you more credit than might be worth for that amount, but you're welcome. I mean, it also, there were 2 people who I actually know pretty well who donated earlier. Unico is a really sweet. She's a really good artist. If you like things to be drawn, you could probably find her on the internet, and she can draw you things. Because people love drawings of stuff. She's done 2 of my own. She's really good at that. And then Finrod, he's just a cool dude, and his name's Finrod. He's got a rod made of fins. It's pretty cool. So the second one was the Runner's Choice. I mean, I think. I could be wrong, but I think there's a donation incentive for Cube.
I don't know. Wait, no, there should be something.
There is. Is that not the 150? A mere $150 to see a photograph of the developers.
Say hi to the developers.
To say hi to the developers. I'm pretty sure that's in Cube. I think it's got to go to Cube. I mean, it's worth saying. Like, if I was to be like all sellouty and stuff, which I do all the time. I mean, I am running Symphony of the Night later on in the week, and you can donate for a Richter any % run. But don't do that. Donate for Cube! Because why wouldn't you donate for Cube? It's Cube! Anyway.
Hey, look! So here, was there a Game John?
I actually confirmed there is a bid for 150.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't make that. I wouldn't lie to you, you people of Twitch chat here at the ESAs, at ESA HQ, where all the EHA things happen, like Red Bull and Elgato. Buy things from them today. It's all like super cheap. You can actually win stuff as well. Like all the donations, like there's like prizes and stuff, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, isn't there like a $10?
Yeah, I think there's several $10 ones. You can get like a cam link. Now the cam link's amazing. I'm not just like saying this. I mean, genuinely, some of this stuff is super fly. So like the cam link, so it's a USB device, and you put in like a standard like DSLR or camcorder, and it reads it on your PC as a webcam. So one of the problems that like people used to have in the past, way back in the olden days, is that if you wanted to use two capture cards, or if you wanted to use like a DSLR camera, you had to put it through a video capture card. But then if you had two capture cards of the same like company, so I don't know, like Elgato or something, they would like the two cards would like conflict with each other, so you'd have to get some software stuff to make them both work in conjunction. But because it reads like a DSLR or mirrorless camera or whatever as a webcam, you're set to go. Like like OBS or XSplit or whatever software that you use will read that as a separate device, which is incredible. You can get a Stream Deck as well, which is super cool, because one of the things is like, I mean, I don't know, if you do like lots of like different like, okay, it's fine, I think I can.
Speaking of the Elgato, the guy just sat down way back.
But the Stream Deck's really cool as well, because it gives you more encounters. But the reason it's really
that too.
Is because instead of having to like go to your OBS source or XSplit source and like click on the different scenes or have shortcuts on your keyboard, it's like a little like mini dongle type differ, and you can like you can set a picture to it and you select whatever you want to go to.
Tiny command center based on
Exactly. It is super convenient for going between scenes. So if you're one of these people that likes to go between like camera scenes or different games and I don't know,
and if you don't want to reach all the way to, there's a PC over here, all the way to the PC over there, and you can just tap it nicely and like swap scenes seamlessly, and you look really cool doing it as well.
Exactly. I mean, it's seamless. Like people will say, "Is that an Elgato Stream Deck?" I've heard of those things, but I was too scared to get one until today. I think you can also get like their HD60 capture card, which is obviously excellent. I mean, yeah, I'll endorse the other things. But anyway. So I mean, it's super cheap for just, and there's probably that I know certainly at other marathons, usually if you donate several times, you get a chance to get more things. You could probably try that. Don't forget, $150 cube. Does anyone else want anything else sold? I'm here for like another 2 hours. I can get you things.
You can get me.
Oh, okay, so this is bad. Cockatrices aren't great. They can inflict you with a stone status, and they can inflict your whole party with it. No, this is fine. This is fine. I got it. It's Sloth's all about it. He's super dexterous. I definitely have. Okay, so I'm gonna burn 2 of my 3 gold needles right now, which is less than ideal. Cockatrices will come up at least 3 other times in the run, so that's super lame.
Wait, so hold the phone. This is a game where it's a bunch of random encounters. Then what are those bats?
Oh, those are NPCs.
Actual NPCs that won't attack you.
Yeah, I'll talk to one. They won't attack you. They're just cutesy bats. Oh my god, why? I just reset. Why even fight it? Let's just ignore it. Go away. If anyone's familiar with a guy called Vex on the interwebs, he's got a saying that he uses, and he calls bats flappaderp. I think it's kind of adorable. So anytime he sees a bat in a video game, he'll say flappaderp. You can do that too at home. So here we go. So now we've passed where we were, and there's a slab on the ground, and I'm going to summon the mighty Earth. That was so anticlimactic.
The mighty stairs.
Yeah. So that's what the Earth Rod does. It basically makes the sprite of the stab disappear. It actually removed the Earth Cube. The literal Earth Cube has been. I got a level up! Amazing! I've got 146 match XP. I can survive Lazara. The run has been saved by the troll. Good. That's a good thing. I can run away from that thing. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. This is excellent news.
That's one.
It's everything you've ever wanted. Actually, I've only got one. I'm just going to get away from that because I don't want any of my characters to be ruined, tainted no more. This awful, awful thing. See trolls? We love trolls. Trolls are great. Trolls are very useful in this run. Are they dead yet? No.
Aha.
Oh, that was the level up that I clearly needed. Here we go. So I'm trying to get to the top left corner of this room. Oh, for goodness sake. Why? Every encounter's an ambush. Welcome to Final Fantasy, where all the encounters are ambushes and everyone's miserable. So wraiths are like super shadows. You know, it's basically like quite a lot in this game. You'll find like enemies with the same like sprite but color swap palettes.
I mean, that could be said for any game.
It could be said for every game. If your game doesn't have palette swapped enemies, it's probably not a good game, and you should be playing Final Fantasy instead. So this is why all the saving and quitting happens.
Yeah, this is not Final Fantasy 3 where you literally counter steps. You never have a single encounter besides the boss.
Let me tell you, do you know what's really good? Do you know what's a really good game? Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 3 for the NES. And do you know why they're so good? You don't, but I'm going to tell you. In Final Fantasy 2, do you know how encounters work? Yeah, they're in set positions. So in... What is going on? So, like in Final Fantasy 1, you can manipulate the encounters, but even better than that, even better than manipulating where the encounters are and what packs you can get, what you can also do, I got really scared for a second, is you save on the tile before an encounter, then you walk into the encounter, you soft reset the game, and then you walk past it and it doesn't exist anymore. So if you know,
delete encounters.
You literally delete them from the RAM. If you know where the encounter is, you literally save, get it, reset, walk past it. It's amazing. Final Fantasy 3 goes one step further than that. It's even, if you can imagine an even better game than Final Fantasy 2, which I know, I can't, it's Final Fantasy 3. Because Final Fantasy 3, all you have to do is use any item, I think it's any like usable item in the menu, on the tile before an encounter, and it replaces the encounter with the item. So if you just buy a bunch of potions, you just walk up and you use a potion, and then you walk onto the encounter tile, and what's there? No encounter. Okay. So now we've done that. It's time to fight a boss. So this is like the scary one. This is for sure your run killer, and for the NES version, like any NES runner will tell you that this is.
This is leveled up. You should be okay.
Oh, exactly. I've got all the levels.
All cubes.
I have X cubed 3. I have level cubed. This should be absolutely fine. Oh, it's intense when he transforms. Like
it's one of the fiends.
Oh, check this out, baller. So again, I'm just gonna beef up the monk. Now, so here's and yeah. So this is a feature of the video game. It's called Making You Die. So like I said, it's usually around 130 or so damage for Blizzara. It can do like up to 160, and it did 160, like something like that there. Good stuff.
So I can assume that all fiends are literally fiends.
Oh, they're big time. The only one who's nice is Kerry, or Malorith. Now I'm going to do a cool thing here that I didn't do in the last time, which I bet any amounts of money that Léonis Zelosset, à la Restream pour le français, will have known straight away. He also runs FF1 GBA. He's got the second place time. He's got console world record. He'll have instantly recognized that I did not use the Hermes shoes, which gives me haste and makes this fight much better. And we've got... Excellent. That's great. That's so much. I can do tons with this amount of hit points. So Lich is like a set pool of spells that he can use, and he does them in order. So basically, after Blizzara, you've got X amount of turns before the next one, and the next one's Thundara. It does way less damage, so I just have to hope that he keeps bashing on the warrior. Unfortunately, I do have a good amount of potions, so I should be able to heal. One more heal, I'm kind of within Thundara survive range, but I just need to keep like tanking out damage. Sleeper's fine. He'll probably use haste next on himself, but he should be dead this turn. There we go. That is fine. Yes, well done. I did so much to influence the RNG of that game. But there we go. So that's like the first big fight, the Lich fight. Now here's something that's really important. So you'll notice that there's a like glowing orb cube thing at the back. That's where I'm going to leave from. And in the same way that I can get random encounters in the Mars Cave, I can get random encounters here. And you'll know that my characters have really low hit points. So let's try and negate the chance of me game overing straight after what is like the second hardest boss in the game, even though it's really early, by saving. But first, a cutscene brought to you from Final Fantasy 1 GBA. So did you know in the remakes of the game there are new exciting dungeons, like the Earth Gift Shrine, where after you beat each of the fiends, I mean there's one fiend, we got an orb, we're going to guess there's probably 4 Warriors of Light, it adds up. And you can go and like go through there and you get like super weapons and you can fight super bosses from other Final Fantasies. So like super bosses from like 2 through to 10 or whatever, probably not even that far. You can get into fights with, and it's really cool. So if you're like playing it and you think to yourself, you know what, I haven't got enough out of Final Fantasy 1 today, get more out of Final Fantasy 1, do an optional dungeon. So there we go, so that was the Earth Cave. We don't have to go back there ever again, which is brilliant. So I'm guessing we're probably going to go back to the canoe. Yeah, let's go back to our, we don't even have a canoe. What am I saying canoe for? Let's go back to the boat. We've got a ship.
Cube that floats in the sea.
Yeah.
Sails. And
it's got all of the things that do the water bits.
all this stuff. The big red button is our split. Split with it.
Yep.
You start a round, you end a round, then you bam.
Right. We could end it right now. So
No, we're not.
I'm feeling like I want to go. A lot of the times I feel like going west. This is one of those times. Let's go west. Not now. In fact, there's a really good song that I know that says "Go west." There's no singing allowed in this stream, by the way. No one is to sing. So we're gonna go left. A lot. Now don't forget, the ocean can screw you on encounters. It's very important that you save now and again, kids, just in case. You don't want to die in a casual playthrough of this game. But look, we're here.
No, we can't see chat. We're getting the information the cube way.
That's it.
The cube speaks to us.
I feel no need to read the words on the screen. I'm absorbing the cube. It's like the Borg, because they're in a cube. If anyone hasn't seen Star Trek, you should probably watch it all.
Probably.
So find your favorite Final Fantasy streamer, and on the side, also watch Star Trek and get in-depth knowledge of the Borg and the cube. And you too can be assimilated into the collective of Final Fantasy. So we're in Crescent Lake. Crescent Lake's really interesting. It's a lake in a crescent shape. But that's not why it's interesting. It's because it's got some of the worst encounters in the game. So we've got more poison enemies that are great and not too bad to escape from. But there's also some really bad enemies that are really hard to escape from. Let's see if we find one. So I actually do tend to save quite a bit here. Like, it's not uncommon to not save at all. But I mean, like, there are enemies here that can do like 120 damage. Normal enemies. And this is like where you're meant to go in the game. Like, this is standard story progression. Yay. That's pretty good. Okay. So, Crescent Lake, I need to buy some stuff. Ethers! Because they give me NP. And more Phoenix Downs. This is the first time you actually buy Phoenix Downs in the run. So if anyone's died in the run prior to this and you haven't already, like, gotten anything from, like... Oh, I was meant... Oh, whatever. It's fine. The Mithril Shield will do the job. Then it's going to be, like, pretty difficult, because you can't... Well, I mean, you can get them in Bravaka, but that's, like, way out of the way. That's, like, a bad place to get Phoenix Downs. So here we are. I feel like talking to this guy. He mentions Mount Gulg. So there's probably a mountain called Gulg, and we get the canoe. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, we've already got a boat, and we can travel the sea. Why do I want a canoe? Surely that's, like, inefficient.
There's probably a tiny pond somewhere you can't bring the huge boat out of it.
You know, I bet there is, but look, how cool is that? Okay, it was cool until I got an encounter. Water encounters here kind of suck a lot, or they can suck anyway. So,
I mean, I guess that was Hydra and his twin brother from Hercules.
Exactly. Also found in Kingdom Hearts. Did anyone? I don't know if you saw this, Jenny. I mean, you may have never even heard of the series of Kingdom Hearts, but I believe there's a third Kingdom Hearts. in the making. And a little birdie told me the other day that you might be able to find Woody from Toy Story.
No.
I know, but I mean, it gets better. Just when you thought it couldn't get better, it's gonna change. Mike Wazowski, Monsters Inc.
Are you serious?
I'm not even joking.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that's it. That is literal gameplay on camera. In fact, do you know what? This is I'm not technically this is under like NDA. I'm not allowed to tell anyone, but I'm going to anyway. Ginny is actually the mocap actor that they hired. So he knew about this way before anyone else did. Yeah, we only found about Mike Wazowski like the other day. But guess who knew? This guy. So I'm sorry, Disney. I'm sorry, you know.
Keep it ESA, chat. Keep it ESA.
Oh yeah, keep it cute.
Keep it ESA.
Take your time. ESA easy.
ESA will probably have the first KHU run in a marathon, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, that you know, someone's getting early access. I don't know about you. Coming to a marathon near you. I mean, obviously it's not out yet, but I mean, there's got to be another.
Late 2018.
There's got to be another speedrun marathon. Like, oh, I don't know. There's another ESA, and it's at like the end of summer. That's late 2018.
Yeah.
Well, it's late enough for me. So in the meantime, look, we used the canoe. We went to the place of liquid. Now, you don't normally go to this place because that's dumb, and it's got lots of hard enemies, but I'm feeling frisky. That's a thing that I say a lot that I shouldn't say because it's completely out of context and is not right. So instead of being frisky, I'm feeling daring. This is the Ice Cavern. The Ice Cavern is the worst.
Ice Cavern exists in a billion games.
Yeah, this is your mandatory ice dungeon in yeah.
It's not as fun as in the game you just saw.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not.
Not as fun at all. There are no wacky physics there in this. No, this is just terrible. The ice doesn't do anything practical. There are spikes that can hurt you, but the worst thing is that every encounter is awful, and you can die really easily. So pretty much as soon as you hear the swoosh to say you're in a battle, you might as well reset because it's not good. It's gonna be bad, and like you might think. Like saving and resetting a bunch is slow. It's faster than fighting a lot of these. There are like mind flayers who have a decent amount of damage and are relatively easy to flee from, but they don't just attack. Their attack also has the death status, so they can kill you instantly.
Cube fam, Cube Squad won't survive anything that has to do with that.
No.
That's anti-Cube powers.
Team
That's
Cube.
not okay.
Yeah. The Cube fan. Do you know, I learned something today on my train here. So I came from Copenhagen, as many people do. Not like of birth, but in terms of
Yeah.
in terms of travel. And there were some youths upon this train, as does happen in this world. And I learned today what the Swedish for fam was. It's fam. So they were there was just lots and lots of like Swedish.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It was like Swedish fem. Swedish fem. And it turns out it's just as annoying. When teenagers say it in Sweden as 7 biscuit, it's beautiful. as when people say it in the Kingdom of United. There's another life lesson. Did you learn anything today, Jenny?
If I learned anything today,
You learned about the cube incentive.
yeah.
I would love to know how close we are to the $150 needed to play.
Can we get an update on that?
Yeah.
That'll be my learn of the day.
Just wait quietly.
I guess our prayers weren't heard
No.
by the goddesses of above.
People must pray for more cube because it's not happening. Oh, Dark Wizards. They can do tons of damage, but you can escape them. Oh, that was beautiful. See,
They're
the
not
warrior.
Swedish enough. You're not getting away.
The warrior is a huge tank. Oh, well, that was.
I mean, cubes can't technically.
Oh, here we go.
That explosion.
Boom. Let's get away from that.
Yeah,
It's so strong. Everything. I was like, this is gonna be the what? No, this is not the encounter. I mean, I'm guessing there's been like some sort of disaster in the donation station that has caused personnel issues.
They lost their cubes, most likely.
They're in search of cube.
I think Ethalon disappeared, so I mean we can't have a cube without
It's true. What is
cube,
life?
man. Well, are you, mate?
What's life without Ethalon? If he doesn't come back soon, I might not be able to to make it. My power is fading already.
Oh no.
It'll be great. Look.
Wow.
See?
I have an incentive update.
Give me. Let's go.
Give me 1 second.
Give her your energy, Chad.
God,
Just give her your energy.
It's too intense. And then there's going to be like, we're just going to hear like a mic drop. And she's going to storm out of the room and be like, we need to know. Stop the stream. Where's the cube? Anyway. Oh, I surprised the wizard.
Can you beat him? He's sold. Or is he too strong?
I can beat him, but I thought I'd let him live. I'm a merciless cube. Oh, for goodness sake, this is grim.
We are $10 in.
10 in? Surely we should be 10 away by this stage. I've been playing this game for you've known about this for an hour. How could you? What is going on? Right, okay, so this is what's going to happen. Alright, everyone needs to...
Not enough energy. We need more energy for the cube.
I think...
Spirit cube.
I think that this is bad, so I'm going to reset. I think chat must be flagging, and they also... things are not good. Right, let's get some real talk. Let's just get down to brass tacks between you and me. Chat of the ESA marathon, right? You're having a good time. I'm having a good time. I'm loving life right now. And what I find often enhances my life is giving money to other people, but not for no reason, because that'd be daft. That'd be silly, wouldn't it? You want to do it for a good reason, okay? Now you can think about helping children and things like that, and you can do it for like the charity incentive and stuff like that, which is great. That is a wonderful thing that you can do. But there might be one thing even better, and it's not even the flame sword that I just picked up from that chest, or the fact that I'm falling through a hole in the floor. It's cute. That's what you're missing right now. And coming up very soon, when I get back to that floor, because I fell through it. Oh, by the way, mandatory spike tile encounter. It's gonna suck, but I've got fire, so I can kill the enemies. It's a little farming section. Now, I've kept this kind of on the lowdown, because basically from Final Fantasy IV onwards, you don't really have to farm any encounters in any of the runs. Like in 4, if you do 64 floor, you have to like walk up and down stairs a bunch, but you don't farm encounters. In 5, you don't have to farm. 6, you don't. You know, there's a farming section in 12, which isn't too bad. You know, it's quite dynamic. It's lots of jellies and stuff. It takes about 20 minutes. FF1 is renowned for having its farm section. In the NES version, you farm Agamas in the Gurgu Volcano that we'll be going to at some point.
We're going to farm there in this one.
We're not going to farm there. We're going to change it up because we've actually got access to better things and a better grind. Basically, a lot of the things you have to do in the NES version, just a matter of circumstance. It is the best. You can kill the enemies easily. You don't die. They can't harm you in certain ways. You can tank certain things, maybe money reasons and stuff like that. The Agama grind is just a good thing to have in the NES version. You couldn't grind here in Ice Cavern, especially like I was saying before, because with the save and quits, you can't save in dungeons on the NES version. You can only save on the world map. So even if you were doing the reset route, you would basically be able to save on the world map in an ideal tile, but you would get to your second encounter and you would game over in the Ice Cavern. That's not good. There are lots of death.
So this is a way more playable version than that.
This one's really approachable. It's really runner friendly. So if you would like to learn the game today, you probably could actually. And it's worth saying that, like, so
the best way, to learn the game today is Cube first, then Final Fantasy.
Cube first, Final Fantasy later. That's exactly it.
There's a lot of stuff you need to understand before getting into Final Fantasy.
Yeah, all can be found in the Book of Cube. Alright, so if I go up at this point, there's a lovely set of stairs, and you might think, well, I'm trying to get back up to that floor that had all the things in it. And I am, but not that way, because I'm above it, and that'll just send me out of the dungeon, which is really nasty. Even though it's not the way I came in, it's one of these ones where if you go out or up the wrong stairs, like the game's just like, haha, no, bad times for you, and you kind of just like disappear from there. So I'm just going to go up here, get another encounter. Great, I'm just going to kill these guys for fun, because I'm quite relatively strong at this point. But it is really approachable. So the grind section is coming up. Now I need to defeat 30 Evil Eyes. It's fairly quick, because I can beat them pretty guaranteed in one round, and after a good amount of time, I'll be able to actually one-shot him with the warrior. He'll be that strong. So this is what this is what we're gonna do, right? So, I mean, I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do. Let's make it fun. So let me just think for a second. Okay, so it's on the tile to the left. Let me just heal up a bit.
We got a couple of cool donations.
Oh, rock. Actually, but tell you what, I'll do my bit first, and then you give me all the donations you've got. So, what I'm going to do, there are 30 encounters. If we get between $10 and $50 for cube, I'll donate $30 towards the cube incentive. That's one per encounter. If we get between 50 and 100, I'll donate $60, which is $2 per encounter. And if we get 150, then obviously we'll figure that out when it happens. The point is, just give money to the cube. All right, give money to the cube. Right, okay. Please, donations are good now.
Cool. We've got Epic Kai donating saying, "Hello Taco, good luck on FF1 GBA right now, but prepare yourself for Minotaurs in Richter?
Yeah.
Any percent sub 6 or riot because of Symphony of the Night."
He wants me to do a real run. That's so unfair. Sorry, this is right. I'm sorry for intervening. It's so rude of me, and I'm horrible, and I'm sorry.
Go for it.
But right, so some of you might have seen me before on twitch.tv streaming Symphony of the Night. It's something I do now and again, and it's a really fun game. Also really easy to learn. Also really, really good for resources on the internet that you can find at speedrun.com/SOTN. But that's not important. So there are two main characters, Alucard and Richter, and I'm an Alucard runner. I've got some goodish times for Alucard. Like I've got some pretty good times for Alucard. I'm not a Richter runner. And the world record, which was recently beaten by Ben Outen, who's an absolute insane Richter runner, is the world record's 5 minutes and 10 seconds. My PB is like 5:58, I think. So that's 2. Someone needs to count encounters because I'm not. This is 3 now. So for me to get a sub 6, I mean maybe it's 5:51. I've got a decent, like it's a pretty decent PB for Richter mode. Well, these guys at the bottom are gonna die. Oh, they lived. Excellent. Planned. All good. They call me calculated. I'm doing like no damage to this dude. Let me check my equips. So yeah, okay. But basically, I've done it in the last 2 ESAs that I've been at, and I've just had fun with it and enjoyed it. And like one was like 8 minutes, no 7, like high 7 minutes, and one was something else. So just for you, Epic High, I will try and do like a proper Richter run. Okay, sorry. By all means, rock it up. 4.
We've got Ananas donating $10 saying, "Well, you got me seriously excited for Cube Run now, even though I'll be busy at work during the run. Damn you, Metako."
I was so hyped for the cube, I didn't heal. Sorry. you were saying?
Go on.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
4.
We've got Anonymous donating $100 saying, "Very bad cutscene sounds like a very good thing. Let's get that one close to done. 80 for that, 20 for the runner's choice. Cause look, a Final Fantasy 1 speedrun that isn't just running up and down stairs 78 times.
This is not the Japanese version. That is correct. Factual information. Thank you for that.
Wait, explain later what's the difference.
I'll tell you in a bit, yeah. We're good. Surely there must be more by now.
Yeah.
People are going crazy, right?
Alright, so we have Kenny donating $10 saying, "Greetings fellow people who have chosen ESA over sleeping like I did. Happy to support the cause. Shout out to staff and people behind the scenes. I'll double if the announcer does a llamas with hat impression." Metako, you do that one.
Give me just one small brief, inconsequential second. What? Llamas with hat? What's a llama with a hat?
Carl! You don't know? In what?
Look, I'm from a different.
on, man.
I'm from a different country. What's going down here?
You look at me. I'm Chinese.
Hang on. Does anyone have? Does someone have Google? Who is this Carl? Tell me about him. What does he look like? Apart from like, I presume he's a llama, like llama shaped.
He's got a hat.
He's got a hat. Great. What does the hat sound like?
I can't remember. It's old.
Like for real?
This is old meme.
Is this common knowledge?
No. Yeah. You definitely. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Hold on. Oh, I'm on low battery. Right. Hang on. Out of airplane mode. Right. Carl llama with a hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it.
Right. Is someone counting how many of these I'm killing, by the way? Because I'm not. This is like 6 or so.
Just don't forget to heal.
7.
7? Right. Seriously, someone count this. It's not me. Carl. Presumably with a K. Or not, whatever.
I think it's with C.
With a C?
No, it's a K. It's a K.
God, Carl with a C.
The chat
That's the 8th.
confused me.
That's, yeah, I would blame them too. Splendid, okay.
Don't forget the warrior. Oh, you don't care about this?
Well, how much health does he have?
14. 1.
It's fine.
This is the 9th encounter.
Wait, someone also pay attention to my hit point. Oh no, okay, right, this is fine.
Did you save after the 8th?
Of course not. This is important. This is llama business. Right, so we're at, what number are we on? Let's just go from 4 again. Right, let's just check everything's right. That's correct. We've got health. Right, this double money, by the way, better be worth it. Llama hat. Oh! Oh, is this the thing I think it is?
Oh, God.
Is this the one where like they go up like
Yeah.
the trippy mountain thing?
Wait, what? No, that's Charlie the unicorn. What?
Damn it! 'Cause I can do the Charlie. I can do the Charlie voice. Hang on, I need to hear this guy. Right, 5. Right, hang on. I'm just gonna take off the headset. Someone talk.
Oh God.
This is the 5th fight. I have no idea what's happening. He's gonna listen to it.
This is amazing. What have you done? Shouldn't have donated with that.
Oh. Is this the 6th? I think it's 7th.
To be fair, Charlie and the llamas are from the same person, though.
Oh. See, I know things. Right. Okay. I believe I've got it. Just give me a second to like embody the power of this obnoxious creature.
Is this really the 12th?
There's no way this is 12.
I think the person who's counting
It's way out.
before, after.
I think we
reloading.
can safely assume
It's 8. 6. Or 7.
it's 6 or 7. Let's go with 7. So it's like, hang on, give me a second. Yeah, it's about that annoying, isn't it? You know, you could just do it with a Derry accent. So it's like, it's relatively, it's like mid to high range. And it says, but this is messed up. Why did you leave that man? Hang on, can we talk about like grim things like death? He's talking about some dude that's dead on the floor. It's messed up.
He ate him.
Okay, let's be honest. I haven't seen this, and you just spoiled. Is that the ending? Is there more? This was 8, right?
Pudding of Doom has donated 25, saying, "I'll double this for Charlie the unicorn." Then.
Yes. Right. Someone better be counting, because I've lost the run right now. Because someone please.
14, I think.
That sounds really, really high.
I mean,
Well, he did reset.
Winged
so I would say-
Balmung in the chat said that,
Yeah,
so let's blame him if he's
Right.
wrong.
I'm saying.
Are we counting the reset?
Clown Show
No, no,
says
no,
9.
I'm saying that's like we're at about 11, maybe 10 or 11. Seriously, someone please count, because okay. So that one's like. Hey, Charlie. Is that about right? Give or take. Thanks.
That was pretty good.
Don't ask me for my Liam Nielsen. Hey, Charlie. 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 And they kill someone as well, right? Everyone dies in these cartoons. Right, okay, so things that are really important. Number 1, don't watch Family Guy. People die on that. Simpsons are pretty okay. But I mean, what happened to language over the last years? You know what I'm saying? It's changed. It used to be 9 p.m. before you could like show someone in a skirt. Times have changed. You can say anything before 9 p.m. now.
Yeah.
You can say 5-letter words, 4-letter words.
Let's not go to 5 or 6-letter words.
No, you have to be really adventurous nowadays.
Yeah.
So this is what, 13?
Probably, yeah.
I hope so. Is anyone no?
Someone else said 12.
Right, this is 13.
Okay.
This is 14 now.
And how many did you need?
30. 3-0 is what I need. We're assuming that this is 14. See how quickly it's going by now? So this is all that happens literally for the next minutes. It's pretty stoking. That's pretty hype. I'm getting levels. 16, right? If anyone's ever watched me stream Final Fantasy
15,
6,
I would say.
really? I will say 15. That's grand. If anyone's seen me do FF6, the any percent run, 16. Where you do the 52 deaths to do the credits warp. I have missed 3 PBs on that by not being able to count to 52. It's hard. Right, so I've lost count. 17?
16.
16? Okay.
You keep going one over, so always think one less whenever whatever you're gonna say.
Right. 17. I'm getting a call from the French restream.
What?
Yeah, do you want to talk to the French restream?
Is that the French? Is that really the French?
Yeah, that's Leonis07. He's a very good friend of
Are
mine.
you sure? You
Yeah.
missed it.
We'll call him back then.
Oh wait.
I've got 6% battery, but go ahead.
Put it on speaker. How does it work?
I don't know how.
That should be. No, you muted.
Oops. Right, who's counting?
Hello. Bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Wait, what?
What about the evil eye?
This is.
The French restream lost the count.
Yeah.
Maintenant, à ça 18, possible, mais probablement less so. So, ça va le restaurant de français? No answer.
No, wow.
That's how good the
No
French
comment.
restream is.
Sacré bleu, my friend. Sacré bleu.
Ah ouais? Subtle. Les yeux. What's evil in French? I don't actually have no idea. What are we? Is this 21? Seriously, someone needs to count this, because I'm just going to be farming here all day.
Trust in Clown Shock, because we've been on the same page.
Right, so this is 22?
4.
24. Do you know what? Hang on, this is even easier, right? Leo knows this game better than I do. Should I aim for level? How much money and how many levels? Right, level 24 sounds. That's what I used to go by. Any idea for monies? Brilliant. I'm already level 25, so we're probably good to go. But I only have 130k gil. Right, let's go. Right, thank you. You can keep talking to Ginny. It's time. I need to entertain the masses of.
How's the French restream doing? Of course. Tell everybody who's watching the French restream that we appreciate all of you. Sacre bleu to all of you from Ginny, the speedrunner.
You did bringing it down, man. You're bringing everything down.
Yeah, and also donate for Cube.
Cube's where it's at.
All right, see you guys later. Ciao. That was amazing.
That was beautiful. There you go.
Okay, back.
Yeah, so we've done the evil eye grind.
We've done with the evil cube.
The evil cube is done. I would like to think at this point I mean, I don't need to ask, but I imagine the $150 for cube has already been met. There's really no way that
And
it
we
couldn't.
got enough energy for the spirit cube.
The spirit cube. What's he doing?
I just want to say the incentive is at 75.
75.
We can work with
That's
that.
pretty tight.
We can work
So,
with that.
I mean, my maths is sketchy at the best of time, which I've just demonstrated. So I imagine that means that I'm going to be putting about $12 to it. I said for 50 to 100, I put 60. So I mean, I'll do that at some point when I've not got like the world of speedrunning on my shoulders. So that means we're at like 130, right? So it only needs like. Oh!
What was that? What was that sound?
What would you do if you were faced with a white dragon?
I mean, if he's a blue eyes one, I'd expect two more.
You don't want to see my blue eyes noise. Okay, so this time I'm taking a slight detour to the left because I can get even more money in these chests. And more encounters. So this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Whenever I see names like Spectre and Wraith, all I can think of is StarCraft.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But what are you? Yes, somebody posted a Kaiba emoji. I am proud of chat right now.
Beautiful. Okay. So here, this is just lots of money. You do not want to go to the tile to the right of this one. It's a spike tile. You get an encounter. Very
The whole
important to know that.
right row after the chests, or just the one?
The space between the two right chests that are on the most right. So between those, the step to the right of the chest is free. It's only the one in between them. It is a spike tile. So, but I mean, you might, it's really easy to catch people out because you're just going to go, oh, I'll take these two and these two and these two. And then you instantly hit a really bad spike tile.
Blue eyes, white cube.
Exactly. La 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 la. I don't need any of these. I'm just throwing away sheets of pieces of paper. What even is that? I've done that. It's whatever.
So here's a random Final Fantasy question. Can you explain to me why Warrior of Light's design in the city looks the way it looks when this is what they look like?
You want to explain like why is
he blue when everybody's
why
red?
is he blue? Why does he have white hair and why does he wear black armor?
Yeah.
Because it's baller extreme.
So he's like Blue Eyes Ultimate Cube.
Pretty much. I mean, the whole thing was so basically. So the guys of like the City Entertainment Limited.
Nomura,
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts dude.
Exactly. It was like we need to use up the Warrior of Light character. He's got a bad rap because like the NES version
looks like a American football player.
Exactly. So like the NES version came out ages ago. No one remembers. Like it looks like he's wearing orange spandex. I mean, that's not what you need.
He's like Vegeta with shoulder pads.
But yeah, he's like Goku Light. And people, Diet Goku, or should I say, sugar-free Red Bull? But no, it's like. No, but like seriously, he's like Diet Vegeta, and you don't want Diet Vegeta. You want full-fat Vegeta, right? But full-fat Vegeta is full muscle Vegeta.
Cube
like
Vegeta.
we're talking Super Saiyan pink right now. Like that's how intense. Like we're going way beyond the Buu saga. Yeah? We're going deep into Super and Kai.
Cube saga.
Like Super Cube saga.
Yes.
You know.
And all the Supreme Cubes.
Exactly, we're all there rooting on the Super Vegeta. So that's why they got rid of the spandex effect. And the shoulder pads, like the pauldrons, didn't really sell it too well. Like that's all there really is to say about it. And they're like, so but they said, who can we base it off? Like, who did people love in Final Fantasy? And you know the answer? Aiko. But they thought no, because Aiko's already in them. So they based him off Kain. Now Kain's obviously got the bitch and Dragoon. What?
What happened?
They're just really strong enemies.
Oh.
I have this thing where I'm like, you never save in the canoe because the enemies are really easy to flee from. And then Leo in my chat.
Look at the size of that croc.
I know.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but Leo always reminds me that they're insanely strong and will do tons of damage. And I'm like, nah, it'll be grand. And he's like, it's never grand. It's fine now. See, because I've got Phoenix Downs, I can afford to let people die. No biggie. So Kain, because he's a true badass of the Final Fantasy franchise. They took the dark armor from Kain before he redeemed himself at Golbez's hands, and that's pretty much what they came up with the design. But they thought, well, I mean, you need to see the face of your lead character. That's just common sense. Why wouldn't you? So they got rid of the helmet, and they thought, right, well, I mean, orange hair, yeah, brown hair, not really. Do you know what sells cool? Silver.
Because everybody loved Azeroth apparently more than Kefka. And
Exactly.
now I just triggered the chat.
Yeah,
I just
but like
pushed the button.
the thing is, there's one thing that's even more important than the cool hair of Sephiroth. It's trunks. Pretty straightforward. So back to Final Fantasy 1 for a second. There's a little stream there we can go to, but you might. So the whole reason basically for going to the ice cavern is that we pick up the Levistone, and you might think, what does a Levistone do? Well, levitation scroll. So we're now in the Ryukyu Desert, and this is like, I'm going way off script. The game's like, go to the Mount of Ordeals, get the rat's tail, upgrade your party to the newer class, that's awesome. Go do some other stuff, buy some chips. And I'm like, nah, straight to the ice cavern, save and quit through it, get my Levystone. Now I've got the airship, which is baller. That means I can kind of just like fly to wherever I want to go. So I have absolutely no interest in taking the boat anywhere anymore. We're just going to fly places, and it's going to be super fast.
You're still on a boat.
I'm on an airboat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat. I can't say the rest of that because it's a naughty song. I'm on a blimp. Anyway, do you know where I haven't been to in a while? Elfheim. The third time that we went to.
Elevenheim.
Yeah, Cubeheim. Oh, look, there it is. Airship, in case anyone was wondering.
Nice.
We have now unlocked the airship. But not only that, I mean, you might think you've got the airship. I still have to walk to get to it. It's way over to the right. That's totally not where... Like, the land opened from the middle. We didn't even see it close. Elfheim, it's to the right somewhere.
Just about like...
Yeah, it's actually quick.
642 tiles, Kevin?
Yeah, something like that there. It's on. Let's see. This island looks familiar. There it is. Okay, so now we're gonna go in, and I'm gonna buy some stuff.
That's the first city.
No, I'm gonna go completely off script. I'm gonna go crazy, and I'm gonna buy Thundara. No one does. This isn't in the route. You're not even meant to do this. If Nikki was watching, she would flip right now. Like I've been insane with power, greed. But what I am gonna do that I'm supposed to do is go to the other. It's got two black mage shops and two red ones. So I definitely want haste, because haste I can use in conjunction with temper to do tons of damage. But what I also want is Blazara. Blazara's gonna be helpful for a dungeon in a bit. So now we're gonna go
somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna go to the caravan. Caravan is
How
like
far north is it?
oh, like 700 cubes up and 300 cubes left. I mean,
Left up. Left.
like there are actually like optimal ways to do this. You know, you should probably learn the
we're
optimal
just
ways.
following the cubes.
Alright, so these are the islands of power up. So you'd probably go there at some point. So I'm looking for like desert. Oh look, there's a desert. And then I'm just
Is
gonna
it
land.
correct?
Now there's one tile you can land on that's not desert or forest, which is really important. So we're gonna go to another beach. This is the beach. And here I'm gonna buy a ferry, because you know you can buy ferries in this game. Why not? I also want
40 grand.
super expensive ferry, worth every cent, I guarantee. We also get Giant's Tonic, so a Giant's Tonic temporarily increases your health for a fight. And I also got 11 speed drinks, which again, like, of course, I can get encounters underneath the airship.
What?
Speed drinks makes me just like faster in battle, so I do more. So now we're gonna go to some other town. Now that I've got my bottled ferry, I'm gonna let the ferry go free.
If you're wondering what he's doing, he's got his whole presentation here. For the
Yeah,
end of the
everything that I've said is in these sheets here. You might have thought this is all ad lib. This is 100% scripted. The Truman Show.
web. What just happened?
I don't know. Where did I say I was going? Gaia? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said I was going to Gaia. It's like, yeah, I went past Gaia. Sorry. I was so excited by the Truman Show. Right, Gaia's here. So basically, you go from the top left to the top right. Oh, what's happening? Cutscene. This is what counts for a cutscene in GBA. It's amazing.
So we released Navi. Now what?
Listen, I mean,
So this is where she ended up after Ocarina of Time.
exactly. We've literally just picked up where we left off in video game
And
terms.
then left her again.
Yeah. So, do I honestly not want to buy any equipment here? Apparently I don't. Oh, I do. I want protect rings. I knew I wanted to get something. 4 protect rings, because they're super good. They protect you from
Now you're
things.
poor again.
Yeah, that's why you do the money farm. But I also need to buy some stuff from the item shop as well.
No weapons though? Or how do you deal with weapons now?
How do I deal with weapons? I use them. I just chuck them a lot.
But you don't upgrade.
I know. So, right. So the reason for that. Let me just sort out this for a second.
We have quite a few donations.
Oh no, but I've so many things that I want to tell people. Right, I just equipped stuff. The protector makes me really, really strong against enemies. The reason why I don't upgrade at Bahamut is because you don't have to in this version. By spamming temper, which you can actually combo, like you know, escalates with usages, along with 1 haste, means that I can do more and more damage every turn with the monk. I can use speed drinks and multiply my damage consistently, blah 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 blah. Damage, no need. Please go ahead, tell me things.
Thank you. We have $100.
Oh my
from-
goodness.
I only say Voiho. It's Vohio. No, Voiho.
And you gave me
Get it
flack
right.
for not knowing who Carl was. And you don't even know it. It's a Twitch emo.
We also have $10 from Kennedy here. Dude, have you lived under a rock for a big period last years? Anyway, here's as promised. Do you at least know the noise guy? If so, I'll on cam do a noise shout, and I go with another 10 to hard mode of the fractured but lol.
I have a really bad feeling that this couch is gonna swallow me whole in a second. But so the closest. So hang on. Does this person mean the one that goes noise?
I think so.
Is it that one? I know that, but I can do one better than that. If anyone here knows Kevin Smith, he's a really cool guy and a film director. He's made films such as Tusk. Oh, sweet. Yeah. I just saw something that you wish you saw.
You wish
Yeah.
you saw that.
I
My
know.
jaw was on the floor.
It was like, it was like, nay. Anyway, and then he's got like dudes in his films, like Jason Mewes, and it's pretty fly. And he's got certain sayings. He's just some rude language. Don't do that, obviously. But he says noosh, and he's got like snoochy boochies and snooch. And I think instead of going noose, which is whatever, it's kind of like, it sounds quite obnoxious. It's the kind of thing you might yell at someone, you know, in a setting where you shouldn't. You know, like when you're like sat down to class with the professor's like, good morning class, noise. It's probably better reserved for such moments as, you know, just give it a nice little noosh. Nooch. That's all it needs. You don't need to go crazy. Are there more?
We have like at least around 7.
Go for it. Go crazy.
Okay, let's see. $20 from the Bash. Just cube. Just cube. Just cube. Just cube.
This man knows what he's talking about.
I agree. You know, I was just saying the other day to my lovely wife who I don't have over dinner. Sometimes it's just about the cube, and you know, it was because that was the line that got her to propose to me. That's how powerful the cube is.
How's the battery hold on?
It's red, but it's always red.
Even when the light is on
Yeah, you don't want to be taking pictures of me with my legs crossed. What are you doing? Hang on. Let me get into like a baller pose. Hang on. I should do my Matt
You
Heafy.
gotta look extra, honestly.
Yeah. No, I gotta. I could do this all day. It's grand. I got 2 hands. It's whole day to win the video game. Literally, check it. Look, I'm speedrunning Final Fantasy 1 with 1 hand. Okay, so it's maybe a little more difficult than. I just smell. Hey. Things. Okay.
All the things.
So this is the sunken. I mean, I was promised 4 donations, and I've heard 2.
Okay, we have $5 from Matt the Magic Banana.
Great.
Hello, ESA.
Hi.
Metako has convinced me to throw money towards the cube run against my better judgment. I will donate an additional $5 if the guy sitting 3 rows back in the audience gives chat his best stab.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we're all watching right now. I don't even have enough cable to watch, but I'm watching.
We need a cameraman. Oh!
Gosh,
Solid.
I would love to say I feel 16 again, but I was already 20 by the time that happened. Anyway, fair play, sir. Thank you very much for that. Gosh, things are happening. Where even am I? Oh, I know what to do. I'll get this chest.
We have another $20. I'm not really sure what I've turned into something. Tuned into something about counting Carl unicorns in Charlie hats? Question mark? Have $20 towards cube.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that might help you, small addition to any comments, comma or full stops. You'd be amazed at how powerful grammar is. I say that as an obnoxious teacher. Like I'm used to it, but I mean, help us to help you. Use grammar today. This is like Grammar Weekly. But thanks for the cube. I mean, dude, that's what it's all about. I mean, who cares about anything else? It's all about that cube, yo.
I think we destroyed that incentive at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan loads me like a neck rub, a back rub,
A cube.
a cube rub.
Actually, a cube.
He's gonna, yeah. I need a cube from him. If he doesn't rock up tomorrow morning with cube in hand and say thank you, I mean, mistakes have been made. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Dark mistakes. So once we get the cube met, what's next? I mean, are there any other meme incentives that we want to? Because this is the time. I mean, we're flying. This run is made of money.
Well, somebody in the chat wondered if you were gonna be on couch for it.
Am I gonna be on couch? I need to like.
I don't even know if you're still here.
I am.
Okay.
It's yeah. I mean, so like, for reference, I mean, no one asked, but I mean, why was I talking on here? So like, I left England at 10 o'clock this morning, and I arrived at like 8:30. And obviously my run's now and it ends at like 2:30 or something. And then the cube's at like 6:40. So if I can like get an amount of sleep and someone wants to wake me up for the cube by bashing my door down, I'll do co-op for the cube. I'm all about it. Yeah. So I mean the answer is yes. But if you don't see me here, it's because I'm commentating with the power of my soul.
Power of his inner cube.
Yeah. I mean I'm really. What's going on right now in the game? I'm like, hang on.
You want me to look over your notes for you?
I'm not even like here. Oh, I know where we are. It's fine. It's like, am I meant to be here?
I don't know.
Hang on. I definitely got the thingamajig that you're meant to get.
Right, you're
it's
supposed
not-
to leave now. Or is there a boss? Isn't there a fiend in here?
Yeah. But there's like important items that I need to get as well. I got the Rosetta Stone, I think. That's the important one. Someone ring Leo. He'll tell me what's happening. Right, I did that. I got that. Yeah.
Tell him to send you a text message.
There. Yeah, text me, Leo.
Send him a fling.
Oh no, we're good. I did everything right because I know what I'm doing.
I think he had us fooled for a second. Calm down, everyone.
It's all Korea, dude. Just gone mad at the cube. See? And okay, this is beautiful. Wait. No, yeah, this is good. Yeah. No, this is all joking aside, everything is correct. Right, I just need to pick up some more items. So I'm just fighting my way through the Sunken Shrine. That's literally all you do. You go through it. I picked up a thing that gives me, it's like a diamond armlet. It gives me more armor again for tanking with the knight as a warrior. I got the Rosetta Stone or some other stone. As some of you may know, Rosetta Stone is a wonderful website that helps you learn other languages so that you too can understand the French restream or the German restream or the Dutch restream or whatever
Or soon to be the Swedish.
whatever the cube stream, whatever restream there is in your area. But also in this game, I mean, the Rosetta Stone, like quite as the name would imply, teaches you another language, which is really important sometime soon, probably.
Language is fun.
Yeah, languages are awesome. So yeah, I did toy with Leonis saying that we could just switch roles and I would do the French restream on the actual stream and he would do the English stream on the French restream, and we thought people would really appreciate that. But who's to know? So this is another one, there's spike tile. This is in this. This is such a fun video game.
I think we missed the tic-tac-toe.
Yeah,
He was blocking the full.
this isn't a spike tile, but I got the worst encounter on it anyway.
So it became a spike tile.
It became a spike tile.
With a
So
blue spike.
the chest to my left has got the giant gloves on it. So that's another thing I can use to multiply my damage output with the monk, especially in the last fights. It's super duper important for that. But because I got Thundara, because I went rogue, I went off the rails. It means I can do that kind of damage in the Sunken Shrine. So whereas a lot of runners would actually save and reset quite a lot in the Sunken Shrine, I don't do it at all. So it's kind of nice. I mean, I mainly did it for the marathon. I wouldn't actually get it, like, in a serious attempt. I wouldn't actually go for the Thundara there, because it is, well, in theory, it would be slower. Right, so now, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so since you're a more experienced FF runner in general, I do half FF, which is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Do you know the reasoning behind the Ra and the Ga and the Za that it is nowadays and whatnot?
Yeah.
Because in the original it was like Fire 1, Fire 2.
Yeah, in the original, so it was like Fur 2, Fur 3, and things like that, and that was purely because of
Lack of
space.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it came down to. I have gone the slow way. Where am I? Hang on a minute. I don't even know where I'm... I'm going the right way, because there is one way to go.
Reference another Final Fantasy game. I think it's Mystic Quest for the SNES. And the main character is like shrugging. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
He's like shrugging. It's like his classic
It's
idle
fine.
animation.
I'm taking what we describe in the business as the scenic route. It's only like...
Improv route.
It's only a couple of tiles shorter, or longer. So you just go up and then I'll go left here, and then we're back on track, and everything's all good again. The dungeons are stupid here. Like, they're really hard to follow. So we're going to go in here. Or not. I mean, whatever. Encounters are great. Love me some encounters.
Deep eyes, though.
Yeah. But I mean, so like, they had more like tech space on the SNES and things to have things like Thunder, Thundara, Thundaga, and stuff like that. But then the really interesting thing is when they went to FF7, like they went back to like Bolt 2, Bolt 3. So it was kind of like,
What happened?
kind of, it was more of like an executive decision from the company. But I imagine it's purely to do with like we've got X amount of space to make things happen. So let's make sure it's worthwhile. I do have the ribbon, right? Splendid. Okay, that's a really good thing. Right, so I also picked up a ribbon. A ribbon makes me immune to like stuff, like status ailments and things like that. So this is the next boss. I'm gonna heal the fool. Kraken can do a lot of damage with its physical attacks, so it's not uncommon to get hit and die. Ink is what we want to see. Thundara is not great, but apart from that, it's pretty okay. So we're going to do standard. So now I've got haste, which I got in Elfheim just past. I'm going to be implementing that into the run. So attack, magic, haste, monk, temper the monk, attack with the monk. This is pretty much the strategy for every boss until we get to the last couple from now on. This is intense game. A lot of this game really... let's just try and bring him back and see if we can get him back in the game. So because he was the one using haste, and you only use hit... Because he was the one using haste, and we only use we only use haste one time. It's really important that it goes off. That's kind of hard when Kraken's being a douche. Great video game. You don't normally die to Kraken either. Let's you expect to die to. Kraken is.
It is the last Final Fantasy.
Exactly. I mean, you've
got
got
to
to
give
make
you something to work with.
You've got to make it hard. Don't worry. Like the next boss will be piece of cake. All right, here we go. I love this video game. It's fine because haste is gonna go off. Watch it. Yeah. Watch my damage multiply by 1,000,000. Right, let's try and bring that one back. So I definitely want... that's fine. Tanky warrior, that's great. So we want lots of ink. We're all about the ink. Ink City. Monsters Ink. Wazowski Ink. 164.
Sully.
Tons of damage. Woohoo.
He's blue like Sully.
Right, okay. Here we go. I guess I'm just going to spam tempers. Ask and thou shalt receive.
You did miss. Is that blind?
Yeah, it's rubbish. Blind does nothing in this game. It's stupid. It's pointless. Okay, here we go. It should take like 1 or 2 more rounds to kill. So this should hopefully be dead. Unless, I mean, of course, Kraken could attack the monk and just kill him outright. That is a thing. Okay, I've got like 3 rounds of temper and haste, which should be good. Whoop! Oh, here we go. This is it. So you see how like quickly the damage multiplies. It went from like 100 to 5 to 1,000 to 1,900. It's so broken. This is why like, so the GBA version is so good for that. I mean, GBA is effectively like, it's the same as the NES run. Effectively, you go to the same places. There aren't any glitches, but you can save inside dungeons. That's what makes all the difference. And that's really like that's the big selling point of the GBA version.
King Kai Fist, you guys go to bed. Anyway, moving along.
But that's one of the beauties of it. So like, if you want a real challenge, like the NES version is the way to go. And Gyron Fiesel came up with an awesome marathon route for it. It's super consistent. They did it the last AGDQ. It was awesome. Like, it's such a good run, and it's really exciting. And it's really because there's so much on the edge parts to it. It just does a bit more farming, and it uses the resets to be able to like get more experience and stuff like that. So it's really nice for that. All right, I'm gonna use a tent here, and then we're gonna go into the waterfall cavern. Because I didn't use one of my other tents earlier. So it's whatever. I've got plenty of tents, plenty of colleges. You don't run out in the run. You've got enough to kind of like use them, not like diligently, but if you need to. So the reason for doing Sunken Shrine at that point after the airship as well, Remoraz does tons of damage, but not today, is the Waterfall Cavern is right beside it, and that gives us an item that lets us into the last dungeon we're going to go to. So it's just really like, here's your world map. You can go to wherever you want to. What's the quickest way to go through the sequence? You know, so you could do like Fire Cavern is actually one of the easier ones, and is like the game's like intended second one to go to. Also, Waterfall Cavern sucks so hard. It is lame because the encounter rate is ridiculous. It's easy to run from the golems. These mummies suck because they power lock you. You can get the Pyralisks, which can put you into stone. Let's not forget that I only have 1 golden needle still from the beginning of the game. And of course you get nightmares. So golems are easy to run from. Nightmares are okay, but they're really fast. So like it's kind of, again, you can kill them and run round.
Someone mentioned the name that I was trying to get out of my head since you started the run. Matoya.
Yeah, Matoya is the woman at the start who gives the Jolt tonic.
Yeah, that's her song, right?
Yeah. That's her thing.
Another note why I only know songs thanks to a certain duo who made a Final Fantasy medley 10 minutes long video
Okay.
that you need to watch after this run.
Yes. So, the only reason for killing the mummies is literally hard to run from, easy enough to kill. I also kill the nightmares because it's 1 round to kill them, whereas it could take 2 to 3 rounds to escape. Like I said, it's very much like a runner's choice kind of thing. Levels at this point don't really matter. Hit points, I can't really do much about, to be honest with you. It's a case of you just have to hope. Really, I mean, when you get to the last dungeon, everything does so much damage. But you can see, if I can get my monk set up, he also does loads of damage. So that's what it comes down to. It's like, can you out-damage the enemy before they kill you? And that's what, it's luck, really. So that's why it's not uncommon, like in the last dungeon, to go in, PvP pace, and come out plus 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It's definitely rough. But I mean, like the better you get, the better you adapt to situations, and you know, okay, this is looking pretty bleak. I'm gonna reset here, or I'll play on here, or I'll farm a bit here, or I've got a boss coming up not too long away. I know that I'm in a pretty dire situation. I'm gonna level up some. Like you'll know automatically going into Lich whether it's worth even trying it. Like you can beat Lich with less than 130 hit points in some of your characters. I've done it, other runners will have done it, but I mean if you're in a race, you could be sat there for 20 minutes easily on that fight. All fine. I'm gonna use my Super Duper Blizzard spell. Doesn't really matter. Good. Now, the ribbon makes me immune to stone. So their physical attack can afflict stone. If they use gaze, that is an intentional move. What? Why? Dumb. Now, spike tile coming up. You'll never guess what's on the spike tile, Jenny.
A bingo sheet of Sahagins?
Everything you don't want to see in Final Fantasy. It's
Oh,
basically
you mean
it's a bunch of Pyralisks. Dinner.
And a cockatrice.
Yeah.
Single.
1 cockatrice. Easy to beat. You can escape from this and kill it, whatever. It doesn't, it's kind of up to you, whatever.
No, it didn't matter.
The only good thing is that the monk cannot be turned to stone. But they're also really easy to kill, so it's worth going for that. I mean, you can choose individual characters to flee. You don't just have to run away. Oh, no, come back. Alright, fine. Whatever, game. Be like that. The dude on the right, the robot, is really important. I need him in my life. Like, he makes this run viable. So I picked up some items there. They're probably important. But this guy on the right, he's the one that's super important. He gives me the warp cube. Spoilers, by the way. Here it comes. And he's also giving me more opportunities to get encounters. So this lets me go to the flying fortress, which I'll be going to in like a bit. But first, guess what? We have to go over that spike tile again. He's gonna go zip, 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 zap. Goodbye.
He broke.
He's still alive though. Promise.
He's still moving, so I assume he's still. Warp cube. Yeah, warp cube. The chat understands what's happening in the game right now. What?
Oh. I chose the
Wrong
wrong
character.
Yeah.
I was like, did you just break the game?
I was like,
sir.
how did I get rid of the magic on my second red mage? That's how you do it right there. Right, so we're in the Waterfall Cavern. The next place we're going to is Melmond again. You might remember that from earlier. There's a reason for going there. Remember when I got that Rosetta Stone and I said I can learn a different language?
It's time.
Maybe. maybe not.
Or is the Rosetta Stone like the Book of Medora from Link to the Past, so you can read other languages?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's reading is really important because reading's important. So that's not important. I don't need any of that. Just flicking sheets everywhere. Right, I'll kill them. One nightmare I'd probably escape from to get away. Don't even know what that is. That's not important. Oh, there's Lithania. Oh, bummer. I skipped past the bit I needed. It's fine. Melmon's like left a bit. Oh yeah, it's left and down. I know exactly what's going on. Okay, so it's this one here is where we turn right. Like the dungeons are like, it's one of these ones where, I mean, they're well designed dungeons, but very much is a case of like, so you go like up left a bit and then down a bit and up a bit, and you do really need to know them quite well to get through them efficiently. I hope everyone can appreciate like the third harmonies going on in the clarinet part in this, because I never realized them until today.
GBA does have a wide array of instrumentals.
It does. Fun fact, the NES could only produce 3 different sounds at a given time because it had 2 square waves and 1 triangle wave. I have written an essay on it. I'm that cool. I like did music.
3? I thought it had 4 channels.
Pretty sure it only does 3 sound channels. 2. It was, I think 2 of them were used for drums, but it was 3 sound types.
Oh, you mean yeah, but it's 4 channels.
Yeah, it was two melody, 1 drum. So it would have been impossible to run from the nightmare. So yeah, I did like a whole thing about that. Did you like? There was like the second system ever to create sound was the arcade cabinet that did Pong. I think. Tons of information. Wow, that is so rare. So the green dragon can use poison gas, and it's like obliterates your party. So I'm gonna try and kill it quickly. That is so rare. That's like, it might even be like a 1 in 256 encounter.
So they're like Gashapon. They're as rare as anything you'd want in a Gashapon game.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's one encounter that we are begging for in Final Fantasy 1. That
in this too?
Not in this dungeon. Like,
well, GBA version.
In the GBA version, yeah. Hopefully everyone knows what's going. No, wrong way. It's to the right. Which one we're looking for? It's in the Flying Fortress. It's right at the end. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a thing of beauty. So what I'm gonna do? See, I could fly left and down to Melmond, but I think it would be a smarter idea to fly right and down to Melmond, because then I can see more desert. So we're nearly out of the waterfall cavern. It is like, it's a sucky dungeon. It's got 1 floor. It's got lots of encounters. You have to go through it and back through it. It's like as slow as some of the other dungeons that have like 2 or 3 floors. Fire, because mummies are weak to fire. It's well known, well documented in the thesis of Final Fantasy lore. Alright, we did it! And now we get to go through the canoe water, which obviously has the most incredible white crocs and Neo-Okus and things like that. I mean, like, what is that?
Whatever
like,
that is.
What's that even? Like, Neo-Oku is legitimately an enemy that is only on land in every other game. And the GBA version of like, let's put the Oku in water.
Even though it's a tree animal.
Plant?
Yeah.
I mean, there are water plants, but I mean, no. Not cool. Alright, so Melmond? Yeah. I've actually, like, in a run before, skipped the whole Melmond section where you get the most powerful healing and damaging spells and the most powerful armor to help your, like, knight survive. It went great.
Is it optimal though? Not skip.
Skipping it, you could probably save about 30 to 40 seconds. Maybe longer than that, actually. I'm not entirely sure how much you could potentially save from it. But you could save quite a bit. But then it would require other things that you don't control to go really well. Wait, it's over here. Melmond. Hang on a minute. I've gone past Melmond? Like, that's the difference. Hang on. Let's find out. It is! It's right there! I was there! See? I was at Melmond the whole time.
Oh, it's Malmo.
And his Malmo.
It's Malmo.
Coming soon to an ESA. The Knight's armor, tons and tons and tons of armor. I mean, the only reason at this point we even have the warrior is the tank thing. So now I'm gonna get Kiraga.
The best healing spell.
It's not. You can get Kiraja, but because I've got red mages and not white mages, they can't use it. They also can't use Healaga, so I can get Healara, which is pretty good. I can also get Teleport now, which is unfortunately useless. It takes you back a floor. You do actually get Teleport way earlier in the NES version. Right, so now we're looking for Mount Gull, which is like my kryptonite. It's like the hardest place to find ever. It's somewhere in this plethora. There it is. Splendid. Do I heal? Let's use a cottage this time. I haven't used a cottage yet. There's a cottage animation. It's a really nice cottage. In fact, it's more like an igloo Eskimo type dilly. It's huge. Absolutely huge.
It's that fold-up house.
Exactly. So let's just optimize some more. So I'm giving like better armor. So I picked up another ribbon. You probably saw yourself. And that just stops me from getting stone and things like that. Very important. So you also notice like, in this dungeon, I'm trying to run across as many flame tiles as possible, or fire tiles, because you cannot get encounters on them. Gurgle Volcano is absolutely great. It's really... I take it back, it's the worst thing in the world and I hate it. But it's really simple, the enemies are weak, and because you can avoid like a lot of it just by going through the lava tiles, it's one of the nicer ones.
I can't imagine you walking in here without taking damage.
Oh, I absolutely am taking damage, but I'm also stacked. I'm like super strong. You actually don't take that much, like, so when I get in the battle, keep an eye out for the hit points. Realistically, I can get to the final boss and only lose about 150 hit points or so. So there you go. So I've got 350 on the warrior and 130, 120 on the others. So it's not like it like massively reduces your hit points to where like if you get any random encounter you can accidentally or you can die. This is like the bottom floor of it. So super easy dungeon. Some runners will actually do the fire cave cavern or whatever before doing the water. But I mean this is the route I'm doing is the record route. So I figured it would be good fun to show it off. How can I show off my massive curing power? There we go. Little ethers. MP's actually really nice. Right, so this fight should be free. Malorith is, for all intents and purposes, free. So watch me die. If I die to this Carry fight or Malorith fight, it will be the first time it's ever happened to anyone.
Is this the third or the fourth field
ever? They're interchangeable. You can fight Kraken or Malorith whenever you want it. I mean, in theory, I could actually go and do Tiamat now and then do Malorith after. The only one you have to do first is Lich.
Because that's lore, I guess.
Yeah, well, you don't have enough movement options at that point. So, I mean, you could, in theory, you could do like a reverse boss order run of this.
Has anybody done it?
I don't think so, but you could be the first. Twitch.tv/your channel. The RBO could be cool. The only thing you wouldn't be able to do is the final dungeon because you need to have all the 4 crystals to get in there, or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, that was really easy. Did I even take damage in that fight? Yes, the warrior took some damage.
He took like 1 or 2 hits.
Super free. So there we go. We've now got 3 of the 4 crystals, which is amazing. Do you want another like unfun fact? So if you go to my speedrun.com profile, you'll see that I've got a white square or white rectangle with a red X going through it, and that indicates that I'm from Northern Ireland. However, if you go to like a lot of my runs, and if you look on stream, I've got the Southern Irish flag. So I'm happily representing the Republic of Ireland for this run. So you're welcome, Ireland. Shout out to Pack and his amazing website.
Yeah, shout out to Pack.
Where is Pack actually? Why is Pack not here?
Probably in Asia.
He's probably causing earthquakes with the depth of his voice.
I mean, he was here not too long ago, and then he was just like, yeah, I'm tired of Sweden, bye.
Peace out. Oh, cool, bro.
I just want to make a shout out to an old friend I saw in chat. What's up, Liva? The Geeky Goon Squad owner, streamer, who did the second stream last week.
So this bit sucks as well. So I'm back in the world map. We're gonna go to Lefenia now. Uh-oh. I just realized something. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered. You remember that when we went to Melmont?
Yeah.
And I said we were gonna learn another language? Guess what I totally noped out of doing?
I'm pretty sure you didn't do anything except buy.
I just got super buff. I was like so obsessed.
So I mean, you can't really progress without knowing.
No, I need that other language. Is like the importantest thing ever, right? Tulo, let's go to Melmont. You're gonna love this. We'll edit this out in post. This never happened. I just needed. Oh yeah, I couldn't go to Melmont before right now because of plot walls. So I now need to go up and do this. There's this dude up here by the graves. Really weird. He's a scholar. His name is. Oh look, he's found the Rosetta Stone. He's now going to teach us Lefenian. Now Lefenian is good for no reason whatsoever. I'm really glad I read for it. If I'd have gone to Lefenia and then walked in there, basically everyone in Lefenia speaks Lefenian, as you might have guessed. And if I'd gone into Lefenia and spoken to them, and instead of the woman saying, "Here, you can now go and defeat the world," instead of doing that, said ... it would have been great. Why didn't Leo text me? How could you forget? Oh, right, never mind. I've got the text now.
Now, what do you say in French when somebody does what you asked for?
Merde. Ah, what have I do?
I thought you
thousand-
said merci beaucoup.
1,000 pardons, my sire.
Très bleu, my friend.
Yeah.
Need to get moving.
Oh, my life choices. Ça pue. C'est pas de bon. Non bon.
I only know ça très bleu.
Il n'y a point.
And I know je m'appelle.
Yeah. Je m'appelle Metako.
Speaking of that, I don't think I've introduced myself. So, je m'appelle Ginny. Hope you're all doing well tonight.
This run is well up Shinny's avenue. He's like a fighting game pro expert, super contender. So he knows exactly what's going on in this JRPG. He was made for this.
You got your iframes. You have to wait for your turn. There's a timer in game that tells you when you're about to do your thing. And you probably have a few more iframes before doing a magic, because they can't attack you when you magic, right?
It's well,
yeah,
that's true.
It's like a reversal thing.
Yeah, you can't run from Minotaur zombies. It's the only encounter you can't run from. But you can
So you gotta play neutral, basically. It's like fighting
ex-
Frieza in Rebel Fighters. You have to play neutral.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like. I mean, the two are like pretty
They
much.
hit full screen, so you can't really flee anyway.
I mean, I heard that they designed the battle mechanics of Street Fighter V on Final Fantasy 1, so
It's probably true.
yeah.
And
So here we go.
rock, paper, scissors.
We're in Lefenia, and we need to talk to this Lefenian. So now I speak Lefenian. She decides to speak English to me, because that's the way it goes.
So Lefenia, are they connected to Lufia, the game?
Yeah, same world. Heavily inspired by. Alright, so now I'm going to see it, because I have had at least 2 runs where I've like just gone down, been fine, got the chime, gone back up, and died like 3 tiles before the airship, and had to do the whole lot again. Splendid. So we've got 2 dungeons left, you'll be glad to know. We've got to get through the Flying Fortress, and then we have to go through the Chaos Shrine and end the bad boss guy at the end. That's pretty much it. I wonder if Cube's been met yet. I mean, like last I heard, I got a secret message that said it was only $10 away. If we haven't already got $10 towards it, you've pretty much made a mistake, and you can fix that mistake right now. There is time left. I mean, I'm telling you this right now. This estimate says 3 hours 30 minutes. If I need to go up to 3:30, I can do it. There are ways. I have power. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say that. Come on.
Debated.
Stop the rogue streamer.
Debated. Shout out to Debated.
Yes, so is the Javili. CEO now. He's done very well for himself off that one emote.
That too.
I presume that's how he got all his future jobs. Is that not how it goes? Like you get yourself like
Yeah, you get shares.
you get a global emote.
You get a job at DreamHack and whatnot.
That's it.
You
Global
went to
emote.
Swedish Idol. Did you know that?
Yeah. Global emote on Twitch, and then suddenly, poof, millionaire, celebrity. It's incredible. Incroyable. Right, this is the fight you don't want to get. Just tons of damage, hard to run from. They don't look like a fast enemy. It's a freaking armadillo thing.
thing.
Yeah, right. So again, hark.
Yeah.
There are only certain tiles you can park on with the grass. So I'm going to use 2 more cottages in the run. There's one here before Mirage Tower. I presume I needed something to get into it, which I covered
What's
very
this place called?
Mirage Tower.
Oh,
It's where the cubes live.
the house of the cube.
House of Cube. Cube is coming. Right, so
That's where you'll find Ethelon in a few hours.
shortcut. Very easy to get through that floor. So this actual area is really nice because you can't not escape from anything. They're all fairly easy to either escape from or kill. Chimeras are like one of the worst ones, but they're not too bad. Forgetting away from. There are guardians and soldiers. Soldiers are worse than guardians. They're like a stronger version, harder to kill. Probably harder to escape.
I think we need a QB mode.
This is the worst. Right, well I can do it. If anyone wants to make me a QB mode, and then obviously I'll
Put Ethelon's face in a cube.
someone scream cap Ethlon during the
From
cube
before.
run.
No, the one was from before when he was here by the couch.
Oh yeah,
That was perfect.
from earlier when
Yeah.
he was here.
When he snuck
Like-
in the camera.
Screen cap it, get me like a high res picture of it, and we'll
We'll
make
put a
that.
cube in it.
That'll be the new.
If you like it, then you should have put a cube on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anyone said it best, it was Beyonce. So obviously I got stoned because that's really bad. But it's, at this point, it doesn't. I mean, levels don't matter. I'm not farming any levels. I'm just trying to get through the game quickly. I still think I only have 1 golden needle. There it is. Yeah, I do have a golden needle. So if I get stoned again, I genuinely have to reset because I cannot like unstone without going into a shop and buying gold needles, which is going to be slower than just going on with the game. So we'll keep an eye out. I will be picking up another ribbon in the Mirage Tower when I go up to the top floor a bit, and it's going on to the second red mage. So I'll have 3 characters with a ribbon and not the warrior because he's there to tank damage, and he can still tank damage when he's stone status. So. In the PSP version, you actually intentionally stone some characters so they don't get experience in fights. It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty good game. If anyone's interested, the PSP run is really glitchy. You can do a really cool item juke glitch. So you basically take like a fairly... Blue Dragon. This is a mandatory encounter. I am expecting this. Thunderbolt's not so great. I could have healed, but it doesn't do too much damage. It should be fine. So you take normal items and then you can dupe them into really strong ones and put it on any like item, weapon, armor slot, or whatever you want. It's pretty impressive.
How much faster is the run with that?
The world record is like 1 hour 24. So
Compared to 244?
So yeah, so 245 for console, GBA, 341 I think console, no resets for NES, and then 1. So it's basically an hour difference between PSP, GBA, and NES. NES is my personal. I mean, I love the NES version. I love all the old school ones, which is clearly the reason why I run all the new Final
It's
Fantasy.
just the same Evil Eye, but strong.
You know, that's literally the same one that I farmed ages ago in the Ice Cavern. Stats are identical.
HP as well.
Yep. Identical. The stronger version of the Evil Eye is the Death Eye, which is a mandatory fight in the Chaos Shrine. So here's where I get the last ribbon.
If you can get to it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it. Everything I want to say, I'm just gonna have to wait for like 5 minutes and then actually get to the place. I mean, I wish there was more to say about the run, but Blacklands, easy to get away from. I mean, a lot of the run basically comes down to good movement, and I mean, I'll be honest, there's a lot of RNG, there's a lot of luck involved with random encounters, which aren't too bad. Like a random encounter total is not going to be the difference between you and a good place in the leaderboard or a good time. It's going to be how many times you die to the final bosses. And that's it's a really interesting dynamic way to go about it. The NES version's the same. The only one that's like really easy is the PSP version because you glitch super powerful items and you don't have to do half the things. It takes way less time because of that. And you just like cheese through things. You don't have to worry about temper or haste or any of that stuff. Oops. The most technical one for sure is the NES one because you have to keep a step count for the whole run. It's not like other like games where you can get like no encounters halfway through, or skip by sections or reset your encounter table and stuff like that. So it's super. There's like no downtime in the NES version. You cannot get bored at all. I don't even think I can flee from the Earth Medusa's, but I'm gonna try.
That's one.
It's fine. Where did I last save? It's after the ribbon. I'm sure it was after the ribbon.
Medusa is also one of those anti-cube supporters.
Yeah.
You can't have that. That's far back.
Yeah, that's the first floor. I'm just seeing. Yep. That's fine. It's like a minute. I'll save more. I forgot that I could get stone, so I'll just do. I like to do 1 save per floor. It's fine. I literally went 2 floors down. Great. Awesome. This encounter is amazing. See if you do this. Good. Stop attacking my warrior. Don't. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to reset. Excellent. This really was. The problem is, like, not only is there like French restream commentary, Leonis07 is also texting me all the things that are going wrong. But too late. Amazing. What a good video game.
Is he yelling at you?
Yeah, he doesn't yell. He's really, really nice. I mean, he always puts like smiley faces at the end. Yeah, it literally says "nice job." It wasn't my fault. I didn't ask for the encounter.
Or did you now? You're holding
I'm gonna see it right now just in case.
That is a different console.
I'm gonna blame him. Right, so let's get the ribbon again. We're gonna put that on the red mage. And it's not gonna be Earth Medusa's. I don't even care that it's an ambush, or that it's a nightmare and a Death Knight. What would have been really cool is they did some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff where the Death Knight went on the nightmare and could like jump off and attack him.
Gaia the Fierce Knight.
Exactly. On Cursed Dragon. Would be awesome.
Oh.
Like Gaia the Dragon Champion, am I right?
Yeah.
So good. Another Evil Eye. I'm gonna save after this in case I get into another Stony encounter. So like I said, the only one that can actually be like stone is the warrior. But like you wouldn't normally save on any of these floors anyway.
The music is good.
I'll check one thing. Yeah, I do go to the bottom. I go diagonal on the 3rd floor. Music's really cool. It's very quirky. I mean, some people like it's kind of like that Lavender Time kind of thing. Antidotes there. It's definitely got some interesting dissonance and harmonies and chromaticism. In fact, it reminds you quite a lot of some French nationalism. Yeah, I'm a music nerd. Deal with it. But I've never heard of Carlos. So it's just up 2, left 2, or diagonally up into the left to get to the door for this one. Really straightforward. It's really easy to get lost in this one by like just running left a bunch or running up a bunch. You definitely want to alternate. A fairly trivial. I mean, you could just like run left a whole bunch, and then just like run up a bunch, and eventually you're gonna find it. I'll go other ways. So here we go. So this is where the super enemy can be found. There's a super boss in FF1 called Warmech. You can actually defeat it in the speedrun. I think you have to have a specific setup and need more items and equipment. I don't think it's ever been seen. I don't think it's ever been gotten. No, one race. I think it was a Chaos Tournament race. So in case anyone doesn't know, the FF1 GBA and PSP versions, it's usually the PSP version, quite often get raced on Speed Gaming, twitch.tv/Speed Gaming, like 2, 3, and 4. And there's currently an ongoing PSP tournament. I think it's Total Chaos 3 or something like that. So the brackets are already done, but if you like go on to speedgaming.com or their Twitch channel, you'll be able to see like match of the race. It's really, really cool. And the PSP version is actually really, really good for racing because it's a little more consistent than the others. Like, what's more? Let's just put it this way: you wouldn't race the NES version, and you could race. Like I've raced fairly successfully the GBA version before. There's right, next boss. But it's a really nice one, and like it's usually there's only like a minute or 2 between them, and it's like it's always awesome whenever you watch a race, especially if a game that's over an hour long, to have the final time be somewhere between 1:25 and 1:30.
That's the 5 God Dragon, except it's got 6 heads instead of 5.
Exactly right. Where are my speed drinks?
It's got 5,000 attack and 5,000 defense.
XYZ
special
Dragon.
ability. No, XYZ Dragon is 2 machines
I know.
splattered together. The 5 God Dragon, I think, came from a movie.
Yeah. This is like Obelisk the Tormentor times 5.
The God Hand Crusher, as named in the Japanese version of the show.
Oh, what am I doing? It's amazing.
Can you hit it? The God Hand Crusher. Leave to love that.
94 damage, amazing. I could have used the Giant's Gloves, but it gives me a bit of an attack boost.
It'll be fine.
Probably would have been useful. Okay, Thunderbolt's really nice because it does very little damage. I'm going to heal my monk with both my mages in the next turn. This is where you start, effectively, it's 50-50 whether you win or lose the fight, honestly. So I'm going to start doing like serious damage now, but it's super easy to die. So, good. Okay, so that's fine. He's now going to be at like pretty much full health, and then I can go back to using Tempers again. The only person that matters that lives at all is the monk now. Like that's all it comes down to. If he dies, you're out. So the reason why the old route is a bit nicer, a bit more consistent, and not an awful lot slower at all, is because you don't take the monk at all. It's warrior, and it's like 2 red mages and a white mage. So it's slower to get the kind of damage output. Like your DPS is slower on the warrior than it is on the monk, but you've also got a white mage who can use like Curaja on the whole party every single turn, so it's way more consistent in fights. And it's pretty good. So what we're going to do, instead of having Curaja, I farmed 4 Mega Elixirs at the minigame you'll remember way back at the beginning of the run. And I'm going to be using those instead. So I've got 4 Mega Elixirs, which means I've got 4 rounds of healing. 4 was the minimum that Nikki figured out you would be able to beat Chaos with. Doesn't mean it's consistent in any way. But we'll see what happens. So, yeah, Chaos Shrine's next, which is the final dungeon. And the really weird thing, so typically in Final Fantasies, it's, you know, you've got a lot of the game, and then your final dungeon's quite short in comparison. So in Final Fantasy VII, you spend like 7 hours doing discs 1 and 2, and then disc 3 is 25 minutes. In Final Fantasy VIII, you spend 8 hours doing disc 1, 2, and 3, and disc 4 is 25 minutes. In Final Fantasy IX, you spend like 8 hours doing disc 1, 2, and 3, and the last disc is like 40 minutes. But brilliant. We're right at the beginning of the game, in case anyone's forgotten. This is like the first dungeon I ever went to, so the whole game comes full circle. It's like a time loop sort of thing. Really interesting. But I had to get one last encounter in the first area of the game, obviously. I might even get one here. It's really rare. Okay, cool. So now we've got like the 4 crystals and they're all shiny and stuff. We can now go to the Chaos Shrine toilet and open that up. In the PSP version alone, there's an NPC that like shows up in a cutscene and walks to the back of the dungeon and opens up a secret area. And you might be thinking to yourself, gosh, I really should go there. That's got to be where the final dungeon is. And it's not. It's not. No, it's like a secret side dungeon. Right, important things about the last dungeon. Everything kills you in one shot. That's not factually accurate, but it's close enough to factually accurate that I'm going to treat it as if that way. So I'm just going to reset for every single encounter I get. Out of the encounters there are, approximately 20% of them I can either flee from or kill fairly quickly. So on average, it's better for the first floors when you're just in the normal dungeon. Once I get to the Lich floor, and so Lich floor, Kraken floor, Malorith floor, and Tiamat floor, it changes slightly. Because I've actually got ways to tackle those enemies, but there's so many nasty ones here. This is another kind of like runner's choice. You can wait to see what you get, but I mean, it's a case of if you get a bad encounter and it's going to take you... If you're going to reset anyway, it's faster to reset on the swoosh. And if it's one that's going to take like more than 2 rounds of combat, it's going to be quicker to reset anyway. So the only problem with it is when you go into the menu, it does ruin like the background music, so get used to this wonderful sound. So there's like the mini boss of the dungeons coming up in this floor.
I was gonna say, if you didn't like that song from the minigame, you'll probably enjoy this one more.
Yeah. It's kind of like in Zelda, where the jingles totally detract from the game. What am I? Oh, I just deleted my perfect file. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Hang on. There we go. It's file 1.
File 2 then.
Let's just demonstrate. Oh, I can actually get away from this one. Oh no, I can't. Just remember, 8 to 9 nights you can't flee from in this dungeon. You can flee from them in the last dungeon. Awful. There's another one. This one you really need to like pay attention because different packs and different dungeons affect things in different ways. So some you can run from and some you can't. Others. So here's the Death Eye. It's
This one is like obligatory. Can't skip. Right?
yeah, it's a force counter. It's a spike tile. If I go up and down on it, it'll always be a Death Eye. So I'm actually using the Giant's Gloves for the first time. That just gives me more damage output. If you got really good luck, I think you can actually one-round it, but it's way more consistent to just do this. I don't even need the temper. It's just that there's no good way to do the fight, so typically people just set up the way you would for a boss. So I'm not going to definitely one-shot it, like 1900 damage or something like that. Maybe even more. 1200, so it's really simple. And then, remember when I beat Garland the first time and I got the loot from Sarah? Comes full circle, because without that loot, I ain't beating this game. Fun fact, in the NES version, I mean, you have to go and talk to her. You can leave that room without picking it up and get to here and not be able to advance the game. But in the GBA and PSP versions, if you try to leave, she runs after you and she's like, "Oh, Heroes of Light, you better take my loot."
And that's slower, right?
Oh yeah, because
I'd assume she walks like 4 times
she's
slower.
she's quite quick actually. You know, for
I guess the text is different.
oh, I'm not fighting that. No, I mean she just runs after you and says blah 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 blah, loot. So this is still like the normal floors. I'm still not in the individual fiends. So each fiend that I've fought already has their own floor in the Chaos Shrine to remind me of the beautiful things that I've faced in this game already. Come on. I wonder if there are any blasted counters. If there are any donations to come through that we could talk about. I mean, literally, from now until the end of the game, I am running through this dungeon, I am resetting on encounters, and then I'll fight the bosses.
We have so much.
Tell me, I would love to hear the much.
Okay, so we have a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, I am having a great time watching this Final Fantasy run and worth the lack of sleep I will feel in the morning. Donating for Cube. And then we have Corrupted donating $10 saying, thanks for the night entertainment. I enjoy your casual attitude. Sundowner donates 20 saying, thanks for the hilarious run and the amazing stream. Commentary is amazing, I can't stop laughing. I'm staying up way too late, but it's worth every minute. Then we have Nervash donating $20 saying, I'm donating for a dab. Matt the Magic Banana donates another 5 on top of his previous one where he asked for a dab, so he says 5 as promised. Here's hoping the rest of the marathon is filled with lots of generous donations. I can't talk anymore. Is filled with lots of generous donations for this great cause. Love you, ESA. And I'd like to let you all know that we are $5 away from hitting the $150 goal for Cube.
Too many. Too much money's away. We should have been like at 250 by now. Can we up the incentive from 150 to 300? I want people to work for this. So I mean, who's dabbing this time? Because it sure ain't this guy. I've got really bad joints. My shoulder can't hack it.
Fatsuke's in the back. He's the guy.
I hear he's a dab elitist. Like he's pro. He's got the technique like you can't believe.
Fatsuke. Alright.
Oh well. But you will get dab sometime when I'm not on camera.
Preferably then. I'm also not.
Any time when all of us are in somewhere else that you can't see. Alright. So now we're in the actual like dungeon of the elemental fiends. So we've got Lich's Floor, which is like the most forgiving. So I'm gonna try and get through each of these. Great, one time.
That Elgato guy did a pretty solid.
That was a fly dab. That was like untamed level of dabbery. Can we get him back?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to get Elgato back?
Mr. Elgato.
Are there more? Like you said, loads. I think. She's not even listening. Just talk at her for a while. Everyone's
He is there. He's
What?
hiding behind a monitor.
I didn't say anything. What do you think? What are you doing? You have to fight these. This is an unrunnable encounter.
We hit it. We hit the donation.
We did
goal.
Cube.
Yeah.
Cube has been met. Suck it.
It was anonymous donating 10 saying Cube.
That's all you need.
We did it.
All you need is
Where's
Cube.
Ethel?
I can put the controller down now, right? It's time for Cube, right? We're moving Cube right up. It's the now run. Don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasy. It's something that's very dear to my heart, and I've been running Final Fantasies for years, but I mean, it's gotta be time for Cube. I can't wait. I can't handle it. Let's save just in case my warrior wants to get stoned at some point. Oh. First time we see stone golems. Amazing enemy. Alright, so once I get to the bottom right, we get to fight Lich again. So this time instead of being Lich, it's Arch Lich. Exactly the same fight, only bigger stats, basically.
Are you refighting the Fiends technically?
It's exactly what's happening.
The
So
Mega Man game confirmed.
it is. This is the original Mega Man. So he's just there. So let's just heal up. Should have got enough. Oh, I've got tons of ethers. I'm not even close to running out. I've got magic for days. So, again, opening with Blizzara is the thing that we're looking out for, so you want to watch out for that. Right, leave my speed drinks for here. So from now on, I will be using Giant's Gloves in every single of the boss fights. In fact, I'll be using it several times against the final fight, because I need so many buffs to actually be able to defeat the final boss. It's insane. But for all these fights, I can just get by with one round of buffs initially, and then I can start cracking damage. That's a good first turn. Oh, great! I love this attack. Look how much damage Flare does.
Holy.
That's fine.
I was about to say something like that.
Yes.
Holy cubes.
Holy
Batman.
Carl. But it's fine. I will kill him next round as long as I don't get hit. So we're looking for like a physical attack on the warrior, or me going first. Excellent. Okay. So, one fiend down, 4 to go. And then the final
So
boss.
how many scary fights is it left? 4? 3 feeds.
No, because once again, funnily enough, so I'm on Marilith's floor now. Easiest floor to get through, only one encounter you can't flee from, and the easiest of all. What are you doing? Everyone's just... Really? Take it back, this
He
floor's
lived
awful.
He lived there.
Yeah, because he's a boss. Washu's, he's made for this. So the only thing we can't flee from are fire elementals, but they're easy to take care of with Blizzara. Everything else you can flee from, and it's the shortest floor as well. It's only like one. You basically go from one end and you go in like a loop. Oh, I take it all back.
Are dragons supposed to be calmier?
No, quite rare.
Especially double dragons.
Oh, come on,
Not
don't make me
making it.
reset the floor.
What do you do now?
Run. Oh, come. This is ridiculous.
You're dead.
This is a joke. Maybe. Yes. That's a joke.
Oh, if that misses. Aw.
That is such a joke. That never happens. Sorry, I mean, seriously, no runner saves on Marilith's floor. That was so dumb. I'm gonna do it again. I'm not gonna save. I'm not gonna save. I'm just gonna tank it because it's not gonna happen. There's not going to be. It's not going to happen.
That guy, it's not worth.
No, like, genuinely, the only thing that I want to fight are the elementals. Everything else can be gotten away from, and gotten away from easily as well, except the red dragons, which are like your 1 and 2, 56. Why am I getting so many
You're
encounters?
getting double red dragons?
You can get up to 4. That's the packs going from 1 to 4 for those.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, it's lame. I could have tried to kill them. I probably would have been able to do it that way. But I mean, look, see, it's so easy.
yeah.
This is a double red dragon fight. You have to die again. I'll be furious.
Can't you save?
Oh, of course I can save, but why would I save?
I thought it was a good idea that I was on couch. This is what I'm here for. Not to commentate, just to remind you that you have a save button.
I have
Maybe
infinite
use
save
it.
button.
And you're in GBA, so you're allowed to save here. You're not playing this. Hello?
I'm supposed to save everywhere. Okay, here we go.
Get that unsavable version out of here.
Oh, my items have changed. Interesting. Yeah. Give me my speed drink. There it is.
I was like, where did you lose it?
I think I might have used an item, but then changed my item order. Great fire gun. The easy fight opens with the most strong attack. But that's the most damage Mallow can do. This is a free fight pretty much now. Oof, that baseline is flying!
Yeah! It takes me back to the Mega Man X Spark Commando baseline as well. Like both.
Yeah.
Oof, fire. Fire.
That's rad. Alright, so take about 2 more turns to beat, unless I get really high damage rolls, or probably 2 more turns. So they do like 1,000, and then it'll be done. That's me. I hate you. Kill
She
Washu.
did 300 on it. What the heck?
Yeah, they're all their physical attacks are brutal. Are you serious? This is not happening.
He's dead.
Maybe. I can miss, but she must have like 1 health or something. What a great video game! This is what it comes down to, though. I mean, like, this is it.
I mean, you did say she was the easiest one.
That was the
Almost
easy
free.
fight. Yeah.
And then we saw that happen. I don't even want to know what the next one's going to be like.
Next one is hit and miss. The one after that is worse, and the one after that is worse again. It's pretty fine. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So, I guess I'll save like halfway along this floor. I normally don't save. Seeing as I've got double Thundara, I can take a lot of the water enemies down, so I don't have to really worry about it. So. This will be pretty fine. I mean, Sahagins are still stupid fast. They should two should take them all down. Go the sharks. There we go. So another thing that like factors into your turn order is like how fast your characters are. So I mean, your red mages are typically going to go first because they're going to be the fastest. But in the PSP version, you actually put on certain equipment to make sure that the black mage goes last. I think it is first or last, one of the two. But there's no like equipment manip for this to increase your speed. But the hope always is that the warrior goes last. And the reason for that is he's going to be our healer. He's going to be the white mage in the final fight. So it's really important. Like if he goes like first, which it can happen, even if you've got the slowest speed, you can still go first. So this is the only thing we can't run from here, the water elementals. So my opening turn, if I use a Mega Elixir and I want to like heal other ones, he'll use the Mega Elixir before anyone gets hurt, and it's a complete waste. Which happens surprisingly often against the final fight. But we'll see, it'll be fun. Honestly, if I get Chaos first time, it'll be insane. It's a legitimately hard fight to win. And not like it's very easy to execute, but it's very difficult to win. Important level ups right at the end. Goodness me. Oh, come on, this is stupid. Yeah, probably faster to do this than the Thunder Strats. Everyone's going for Washu, like they're tanking him down. He's got no health. I don't know whatever he...
No. Who's the strongest?
No mercy. Okay, so Kraken's on this bit. Come on, 3 water elementals in a row. That is dumb. That is a poorly programmed video game. Let's see. War mech? No, I didn't war mech. This is disappointing. Great. Take him out one last time. Let's just do all the healing up here. If I get a random encounter before Kraken, I'll go nuts. Okay, fine. That's a Kraken tile. Here we go.
Set up. Washu, no!
I mean,
I just realized. Took me
Yeah.
a second.
people might reset for this. In fact, you probably should reset for this because it's not a good start, but we'll see. I'll see if I can recover. Right, I need you to cast haste, and I need you to attack. Thundara's good, and it was on before I got the Phoenix Down off, so Washu's definitely going to survive into this turn, which is excellent. So I want a physical attack on the warrior. That's going to be ideal. Okay, well if we get tempers off, that's good too. That's not ideal, but it's fine because Sloth got his turn off anyway. So it's exactly the same as what the turn would have been. Just need to make sure I don't burn all my Phoenix Downs before I get. This is fine. This is all fine. This is great. This is really good. Right. This is actually good. It does 0 damage. And like I said, the blind status is next to nothing.
Weird, but early stage of a series, aka the last game of the series.
I know. Imagine that having glitches. And it. 2 more fights. And then video game is over. It's gonna save here. GSA die. So this, fortunately, the last floor is the shortest of the floors. And unsurprising, because Tiamat is actually... Are you serious? Really? This is, again, the only encounter that you can't run from, and my values are garbage. This is so bad. But Tiamat's 2 tiles to the right, so like the other ones prepare you for going a long way through the screen, and then fighting the boss at the end. Whereas this is the only one where it kind of like hits you halfway, so it's really easy to be unprepared and like maybe accidentally have to go back to Kraken again. Fine. People just do not want Washu to live. MVP of the run has got to be Washu. It's like stick for hits. Okay, here we go. So this fight is like my kryptonite. I hate this fight more than anything in this game. I have lost more runs and more PBs to Tiamat 2 than any other fight in this game, including the final boss, which is, for all intents and purposes, the hardest by far. Alright. What am I doing? Get the speed. You want the speed. Okay. That's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Is Bane a spell in this game?
Yep.
Somebody was asking, has it been nerfed since the anniversary?
In different versions, it does different things. Right, I really need Lave to survive, like so bad. So I'm gonna switch to healing him now, and hope that. Okay, this might be okay. That's fine. That's an insta kill, by the way.
Oh dear.
So.
Don't play me like that.
It's fine. We're now back in the really nice position because Labe cannot be killed by any like one attack, and it should only be like a couple of rounds before Tiamat's dead. It'd be like maybe 2 tops. Good, excellent. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. We've won, which is brilliant. Oh. That should be him. Excellent. One more fight that I have to do. Gosh darn it. At least I can run away from this one easily. I mean, typically, like, if you're really going ham, you won't even save after that fight and just hope you don't get anything before this, but you can't get encounters in the last room. Here we go. I don't even need the ether. I'll be fine for MP. Most runners also rearrange their item menus so they get to their like healing items quicker, but I prefer just to like remember the inputs because the amount of time it takes to change those is about the time it would take to do it in battle quickly. So here we go. First try. Final boss.
Garland.
If I get first try, it'll be sub 3.5. It takes about 3.5 minutes to do this fight if you win first time and it goes well. It can go horrifically wrong though. Oh, by the way, final boss is Garland right from the start of the game on a wild time loop. So Mega Elixir, Haste, Temper, Giant's Gloves. That is fine. Now I want my 2 red mages. I did the wrong thing, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm meant to be using.
Fire.
Yeah, everything went really well actually, considering the first turn. So now what I'm going to do is use Giant's Tonics, which is going to give my red mages and my monk more health. So this worked out perfectly. Could not have gone better. Right, speed drink. Right, Giant's Tonic. Oh, he's already down there. Where is it? That's okay. So I really want an early Mega Elixir off the Warrior in the next turn. Theo's going to tell me off for not using tonics. He's so fast. Giant's Tonics? Yes. He's so quick.
I saw that and I was like...
He's so quick. He's really good at the game. It's alright. This is fine. I mean,
he probably knows you well enough to you know, be able to estimate where you are in the game.
Oh, he knows exactly what's going on. But we're just going to say that I set up the beginning of the fight for RNG reasons. Yes! That was such a good play. So this is 2 Giant's Gloves.
So his is only one phase, right?
Yeah, there's only one phase. We're way before the 3 phase Kafka stuff. Okay, so considering we're 3 rounds in, this is really, really good. Because like I'm still buffing 4 rounds in, which is crazy, right? This doesn't do too much damage. I need to check my hit points. Because I need to decide whether or not I'm going to heal the next turn or not. And you pretty much every other turn you do a Mega Elixir to heal the full. Yeah, we're doing that. We're going to Mega Elixir. So now I'm buffed basically enough that I can start attacking. So let's see what happens. If Labe gets hit physically, he could die, I think. Oh, great. I love this attack. This does a lot of damage. Cyclone is strong, like really strong. Okay, good. We're all alive. This is amazing. All those encounters that slowed me down in the back of the run are all forgotten because I'm now doing 5,000 damage per hit. But I also have no more Mega Elixirs, so...
Scary.
It's Buff City. It's basically, now it's weight. Oh, I've got 1. Oh, this is easy. Okay, I should not have said that. That was a stupid thing to say. Oh, this is amazing. This is an amazing fight, and it's not on the monk. The thing is, I used haste on the monk in the first turn. If slower hits the monk, that gets rid of haste, and I'd have to recast it. So the fact that it wasn't on the monk is insane. And I don't have to heal because it doesn't do any damage. So after this, I'm going to switch to speed drinks instead of tempers, because like tempers are. Why would you do that? Right.
What HP does this guy have?
Oh, please don't kill my monk. Please don't kill my monk. He's like 1 hit from dead. He's like 1 hit from dead. Oh, one of those. Yes. Earthquake does no damage. I'm immune to death. Die. That's time. Splendid. I beat the video game.
Cube Fantasy, the best.
Cube Fantasy, best cube.
Best Final
20,
Fantasy.
20 everything. So just a quick wrap up. What happened basically is that Garland is in a time loop and he is 2,000 years in the past. He goes through 2,000 years and the fiends keep bringing him back to life every time he dies and stuff. So I have to kill them all and then kill him, and because everyone's dead, it means the time loop gets reversed. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's the Final Fantasy. That's basically it. So there you go. Hopefully all your dreams have been fulfilled. It's credits time, but fortunately time doesn't go to credits because we're timing in NA. So there you go. That's it. That's Final Fantasy.
What's the wrap up of your paperwork then?
What's what?
What's the wrap up of your paperwork then?
My essay.
Yeah. What's the finale?
Well, it's funny because the next page of my note says Final Fantasy IX speedrun, but I don't know if we've got times for that just yet. But one day, perhaps.
Peace prevailed once more.
Exactly.
Thank you
so, yeah,
so much.
We did other good things. Yeah. So thank you, Final Fantasy, for being here. Thank you, Ginny, for providing wonderful color commentary. Thank you, Twitch chat, for not being able to spell cube. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. So I'm doing another run in like 48 hours, something like that. There, you can watch it if you want, but make sure you watch the cube. That's what it's all about. So thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'll be around.
Yeah. Keep supporting the stream. Keep supporting.
Greenlink's doing Junji Wachu Funjidachu Lachibachibu next.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's gonna be fun.
Nobody knows how to pronounce it.
So yeah, UK represent. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful one. Take care. Enjoy ESA. Bye bye.
Also, a quick reminder that we're fundraising for Save the Children. So, for those of you who don't know,
Actually start my run, I got to actually try and see whether or not I can actually hear game audio. And this is the option menu. The text is actually not in Japanese. According to my friend Ginny, this is in Chinese. The right half is the difficulty, so that's easy. That's displaying HP, you want to keep that on. That's stocks, aka lives, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 lives easy. But I'm just going to wait now before I can actually hear game audio. And the tech crew are going to sort that now, right now. Here we go. I can hear the game audio. So, I'm just waiting to see if Ednald's going to sit on the couch to communicate with me. Yeah, he's coming. We will start the run very, very soon. So this game, rumored to have only made 7,500 copies ever, and it only came out in Japan, which is no surprise, because over 50% of Sega Saturn games only came out to Japan. And that's mainly because out of all the Sega-related consoles that came out in Japan, the Saturn was by far the most successful Sega console in Japan. Not the Mega Drive or Genesis, as it remain known in the West, the Sega Saturn. You get to see a little demo with a little visual input viewer. You mash a button to attack your enemies. You can even hypnotize one of the enemies to become a good guy for a bit. Hey, good to see you, Ednal.
Hey, good to be here.
Alright, I gotta start the time when I first gain control, not on the file select, or in this case, character select. There's 2 characters, there's Taromaru, the main guy, and that's Enko with a straw hat. Taromaru has a Mega Man style slide. His charge attack allows a chain effect, so a charge hit to one enemy will allow that weapon to hit other enemies nearby. This guy has a longer range. The charge effect's not there, but there's another way to make up for it. I'll be using him because he can air dash. So I'm gonna start the timer when my character appears on the screen.
There we go.
There you go. The main attacks is mainly your rapid